Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here on the Big 50. It is so great to see you for episode 50. Oh my God. So we're gonna do some quick introductions, then do announcements. Because we have a few things to announce before we get to today's episode. And we're really excited to see you all and celebrate this with you. So first off, let's say hello to Sam. Please, Sam, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Sam Sterling, and I am playing Ichipuktan Papaqui, also known as La Pacifica Dorita, and our pronouns are she, her.
Excellent. Next up, Kylie. Same three questions. Who are you? Who you playing? Pronouns? Question mark.
I never go this early. Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. I play Shionovis, the Elven Ranger, and we both go by she, her. Happy 50th, guys.
All right. Next up, Mr. Michael Powell. Please, same three. Who you is, what you play, pronouns.
Oh, you're muted,
You
bud.
muted
Oh, no.
Michael.
Michael, you're muted.
Muted. There we go. Well, as I was saying before, I am the dastardly dashing Michael Powell, and I play the equally fabulous Rufa, and investigator, and pronouns are he, him, they, them, and cheers.
Cheers to all of you, my friends, my fellow legends. Foes? No. Man, foes. Foes can cheer too.
I'll take it.
I'll take, yeah. And the excuse to drink with friends. Ian, tell us who you are, who you're playing, what your pronouns are.
I was literally waiting for someone else to go and then realized it's only PJ left. My name is Ian. Does Sidney not go?
Not yet. She's going after you.
So my name is Ian, and I forget all of my friends. And I occasionally play a gnome, druid, friend is mush, pronouns are he, him.
Heck.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Nailed it. Next up, Sidney. Who are you? Who you're playing? What are your pronouns?
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. I play Ilona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns are she, her. And happy 50th episode.
Hey everyone, my name is PJ Megaw. My pronouns are he, him. I'm the GM for Edge of Legends and Nat 20 Productions. And, he, him, and I'll be playing everyone and everything in between. So before we go to a quick recap and get things going, the Big 50, technically, if you count our amazing Halloween episodes, we have 54 of these bad boys, but solid 50 just for this amazing story of legends like these. So quickly, do a quick announcement at the top of the thing. So first things first, we have a special giveaway that we're going to be doing at the end of the episode. If you guys remember, these amazing dice bags made by Cognitive Merchant. These are handmade, real dragon skin. He had to kill the dragon himself to make these. Okay, I'm lying. Of course, he didn't kill a dragon. He asked politely, and the dragon just gave him some skin.
That's kind of, I don't know why I feel like that's worse. I know it's not worse that way, but.
Well, either way, if you haven't already entered in for the giveaway, please go to our Twitter at Nat20 Production. All of our instructions on how to be entered is there. At the end of this episode, we will declare who is the winner of Cognitive Merchant's dice bags. Each person only gets one. Unless I got that wrong. Also, since it's episode 50, we thought we'd do something a little special for y'all, a little treat. We're going to do a normal episode. We're going to pick up after we're done with the recap, but 30 minutes before end of show, we're going to open up everything for a Q&A with you directly. Ask us all your questions, lore dump questions, behind the scenes questions, whatever anyone consents to talk about. Chat, go right ahead and throw those questions out 30 minutes before end of show. I'm putting myself on an alarm right now because we all know I like to talk and go over time, so I'm going to fix that with a little alarm right now. But that being said, last time on Edge of Legend, these amazing heroes were able to go to the backstage and start messing with the backstage politics, the kayfabe, if you are familiar with it. And they started learning about some of the wrestlers and their needs and wants, and along the way, and of course, making alliances along the way. And then they learned that El Toro Fuerte, the holy mask maker of the Lucha Way and one of the oldest vets still fighting in the temple, has the key to the deep, 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 deep underground temple to the dragon that protects all of Lucha. And the guardian assigned to that dragon seems to be suspiciously not around, despite the fact that El Azul Kukui, now no longer Azul Kukui Jr. 2, or Jr., suspiciously wearing a new leathery human face mask, has been taking lives in the ring and no one has stopped her. So everyone's kind of like, what? And once they opened this massive door, they only heard the heavy growl and breathing of an ancient and powerful dragon in the base of this temple. And that is where we will start today's episode. As the massive door opens wide, the deep, dark, long stone corridor is before you, and the heavy, curdling breath of a dragon's sigh echoes in your lungs and your hollow bones.
As soon as we hear that dragon sigh growl thing, Rupa's gonna just immediately like his head whips around towards Chonobus. He just gives her kind of a WTF look.
She's just gonna smile and be like,
You have a rogue archetype, right? You can scan for traps. Yes. Is there a way to do a lore religion check about this dragon before we go into this temple?
Absolutely. If you want to do a religion check, as dragons are a religious iconography as well, you can do a religion check. If you want to do a lore check, because this is a part of your people and your culture, and you want to see how much you remember, you can do a lore check. If you want to do an arcana or nature check, because dragons are magical. However, some more feral beings are still aspects of nature. Have fun, knock yourself out. I will say occult doesn't make any sense for this, so I really can't give anything for that roll, but have fun. See what you want to roll.
Oh, religion for freaking shoresies. Haha, 28.
Nice.
Okay, 28.
I got a 12 for nature, and I
12.
think Woodward's going to grab his steel chair a little tighter and live by his new life motto, "In chair we trust," and be ready and be ready for whatever they encounter.
Okay. I love that. In chair we trust. 12 nature, 28 religion. Anyone else?
I
Any
got-
bo-
go ahead, Sam. Go ahead, Sam.
Okay, I was just gonna say any bonus. What was the bonus for being from Asmacon?
If you want to do that, you could do a lore check, and I believe you get a plus 2 to checks
yes.
while you're back home.
So that is a 19 for lore.
Okay.
PJ, would it be possible for me to roll occultism, or would that one work?
I mean, you can, but you're not going to get anything from occultism.
Okay. Well, if it's not gonna work, then no.
Yeah. Kylie, what was your roll?
That was an 11 for nature. Bug, get away from my drink.
Okay.
And I imagine I'm just gonna step behind Woodward. He's got his chair, and the little man's got it. Little
In chair
gnome's
we
got
trust.
Just for visual purposes, again, how tall is Shionabis?
it. Oh, she's like 6 foot.
This
And-
folded chair is taller than Woodward.
Yeah.
I think as rules written with Pathfinder, they get no more than 2 inches over 3 feet. Like that's a tall gnome. So
Yeah.
I would say that Woodward is 2'11" unless he has his boots on.
And yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think Chonobus is the tallest one out of all of us, besides Morale,
Yeah.
right?
I think she's either as tall as Morale or just below him. 'Cause
Okay.
she's like 6 foot 6'1".
Mhm.
She a tall.
Okay, who's to
Yeah.
say that Woodward is just not gonna be protecting her ankles, right? Like that's worth it. It's worth it.
Shin guards.
Shin guards, yeah.
He's just protecting my Achilles heel. It's fine.
We've got it covered up to the waist. I mean, I am carrying this chair that's taller than I am.
Really, first I want to give a big thank you to the Hype Train, our 50th episode. Thank you so much for the Hype Train, guys. As always, if we get to level 5, I try to come up with some awesome thing to say thank you, a surprise, a twist, whatever. So,
Ooh,
again, thank you guys so much.
Mhm.
That's
It's
how
gotta
Ra's
be-
Rave Party got started.
Yeah.
heck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's
Mhm.
got to
Yeah.
be extra big this episode because it's our 50th.
True.
We got some gift subs going on too.
Challenge accepted.
Thanks,
oh my god.
AK.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you so
you.
much. Thank you so much, AK. Super appreciate you. Oh my god.
Mm.
Okay, so let's go with these. Let's go with the nature checks first. Shonibus, as your vision is not at all blocked by the gnome carrying a steel chair about head high, looking down the hallway, you see a reflective light that ripples with a shadow against the wall. Knowing from the way the ripples is dancing and playing on this ancient stone infrastructure of the hallway, you know somewhere down this hallway is a water basin or some sort of massive collection of water. Um, oh my gosh, thank you again so much for the subs. These are amazing.
Oh
Thank
my
you, Reeb
goodness.
Psyche, AK Warlock. Thank you so much, everyone. Already at level 4. My God. Wait, is that level 5 hype train?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
fast.
God.
Boom.
So
Boom.
Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate all the love and support. I thank you so much for making the 50th start off so strong.
yes, thank you so much.
Yes. I gotta get back to, or I'm never gonna focus. Okay. So Kylie, you can tell somewhere down this hallway there is a pool of water just kind of there in front of you. Ian, you can tell from the temperature of this hallway and the lack of light, but only some light entering in windows, that there is I was just close to saying cat, that there is a strong chance that this dragon, if there's a dragon here, is one of those elongated type of dragons, not a big one. You can just tell that this is dark, damp, and long hallways. If there's a dragon here, it's definitely more of a worm.
Right. Okay. Got it.
We're all very distracted.
Sydney's gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
Oh my God, Van! Thank you so much, Van. It's so awesome to see you here. We loved seeing you at the table. It means so much. Thank you.
You are all amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, thank you.
Sydney,
Thank
don't
you.
cry. If you cry, I'm gonna cry.
Sydney can't cry. She's wearing eyelashes.
I
They'll
am.
fall off.
Oh, fall off.
They're gonna fall off, and then we're gonna say, "Look what you did, all of you." It's your
I'll do my best. So keep it together.
Yeah, your love makes us cry. God, I'm gonna have to come up with something great. You guys, you legends in the chat, I friggin' love you. Anyway, so yeah, you can tell this dragon is worm-like, more elongated than normal. You're also start to see some scales that are shed, but you see the remnants of other animals as well.
How big are these scales?
These scales are easily the size of a medium human's torso.
Oh, okay. So if I took one of those and stuck a handle on it, I would have a new shield.
If you can find a craftsman who would do it, you will have a dragon scale shield.
It's I don't the only thing I have written down is, as far as Woodward is carrying, is literally a hooch bottle and a run-amok board in my backpack. So I'm going to see if I can fit one of those dragon scales like
Mhm.
in my backpack of some sort, and then
Yeah.
again back to the chair.
Hey, Ian.
Yes.
Sydney's character does have a bag of holding.
I do.
What?
I do. Yeah, that's one of my things. I have a bag that holds lots of stuff.
Where did we get that?
I've always had it.
50
Yeah.
episodes
Oh my
ago,
god!
bro.
What the
Yeah.
hell? That would have made a lot of
Something new
things.
every
Yeah. Okay.
episode.
Oh my god.
Well, Woodward doesn't know that yet, so we'll just
Yeah.
have him carry it around and then make Alona feel bad about it later.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Well, guys, not only do we hit a level 5 hype train, we got 1,013%.
Oh,
And Grebo Lightbrush just said, and if you don't want to do this, Grebo, don't feel pressured. But Grebo just said they're going to make more dice bags to give away for us. Oh my god.
Whoa.
For us
Holy
to give
crap.
like that's
That is
amazing.
awesome.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay,
Um,
focus up. Woo.
yeah,
Okay.
PJ.
Yes.
Once everybody's done, I actually do. There is a skill roll that I want to do too.
Yeah. Sure. I'm gonna hold that for last
Yeah.
because hopefully, if we might answer that question down the road. And absolutely, you can get that scale, Ian, and you now just need to find a craftsman, and you will have a dragon scale shield.
Ooh.
And we'll go into type and bonuses later.
Sweet.
Yeah. So let's go with Sidney next. So your study of the dragon pantheon is extensive, but not as deep as other countries. After the Great Dragon War that occurred about 5,000 years ago, you know for a fact that a lot of the surviving dragon gods and a ton of the feral dragons in the world really kind of got cut down a lot. So all of the information about dragons, except for certain countries and areas, it's really scant, really small. So what you know is that all of the dragon gods are the direct descendants of Azamat and Tarsamat, the first two gods who met in the astral, the seven glories. And you can tell if this, you're thinking this is one of the many children of Impetimat from the fact that you're getting a sense that this is a warrior dragon culture.
Mm-hmm. That is really good to know.
And whatever it is, this dragon will probably have one of the key features of Impetimat: strength, duty, a very good-natured, strong-willed individual. Sam, you're Lord Jacob 19. You heard a ton of stories about the dragon growing up. This is meant to be the guardian of your way of life until essentially all of the world is destroyed and the two armies have to fight for the sixth era of Azmakon of the world. This dragon is told about in stories. I always refer to it as the dragon, the great dragon, the flying dragon, and that it needs an avatar, someone to embody as a guardian of the temple in its presence. And you've seen depictions of this dragon. It always looks a little different depending on the artistic choices and the stories they're trying to tell. You know that some people give it an Azmakon name. Some people kind of refer to it in the Astrogenicon name. And so now you're kind of having this hair in the back of your neck kind of rise as goosebumps starts to fill your body. And you think you kind of maybe are putting two and two together, but you're not sure yet. So the question is, do you go towards that refractive light dancing on the old stone wall of this long corridor? What do you do?
Ichi's going to step behind Shionabis, who is standing behind Woodward. She's gonna say, this is a little bit like if you read bedtime stories and then someone's telling you that you're gonna go meet who's in the bedtime story. So I'm a little. Anyone want to go first?
What are these bedtime stories? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, this dragon, this whole dragon. That's just like, the guardian of my
Worm.
people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not dragon. Doesn't have wings. Worm.
Worm.
Right? Because it's
Could
all
that be like a
scaly.
lizard?
And it's like legless lizard. Well, no, it's got legs. It's just no wings.
But it's still technically descendant from a dragon. So, it's dragon-ish.
Let's just bring it up to it. Let's ask it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
We should
sure
ask
it'll
it.
it'll really appreciate that. Alona's gonna go first.
Rufo, do you know something?
Yeah.
Actually-
What did you wanted to roll?
Yeah, I want to roll what is it? Thievery. To actually just Rufus gonna kind of crouch down, and his hand's gonna hover a few inches off the ground, He's gonna lick his fingertips and kind of test the air, basically looking for traps.
Haha. Haha. That would be a smart person thing to do.
Give me a perception check as you are trying to perceive traps in your area. Thievery would be to basically dismantle the trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 25.
You don't see any traps. What you do see are these massive pictographs telling the story of this dragon and how this dragon seemingly had this sort of split at one point. And this dragon basically broke off into two entities. One entity, but two identities, if any of that makes any sense. And in one, you see it just screaming at whole nations and storms pounding down and lightning striking. You see humans bowing in fear, and the other, you see one doing the same thing to animals. And a bunch of words are basically warnings and demanding sovereignty, reverence, respect.
Okay. So before Alona could kind of, move forward, Rufa's gonna kind of just stop her, just basically checking for like one moment, my dear. I don't know. Okay, looks pretty safe, but these pictography pictures seem pretty interesting, as if it tells some sort of story about how there was one dragonic uh entity, and then it how you say split off into two. One and pretty much kind of recap what PJ said. And actually really quick, PJ, I could actually read draconic.
Okay.
So I don't know if that helps any.
It does actually.
Oh.
In a very, very rare script, you begin to see a phrase, a name repeated over and over and over again. That name is Automat. Autemat. And they refer to him as the child who will.
And it's been a while since I read the script, but there is a repeating motif here. The Fenichi, does the name Automat, the child who waits, ring any bells?
The child who will.
The child who wills. Sorry.
Does it, dear DM? GM.
That's a great question. Here's what does ring a bell. You start to see the pictographs. Do you have Draconic as a language?
No.
That's fair. You do see something that's very interesting. Around the beginning of these pictographs, you see two entities. You see a dragon you've never seen before in your life, and you see a dragon that you've met recently. And then you see the dragon that looks extremely familiar, splitting off, and this new dragon landing into the world of humans. And then you start seeing what Rufa is referring to as Automat, the child that wills. Sorry, the child that will.
Ichi hears what Rufus says, and she looks at the pictographs, and her fingers like trace the indentations, and you see like the calculus in front of her face going, and she looks back at Rufa and she says, I have no idea what's going on. I failed art class. I know there's dragons. do you have some suspicions about this? I really should have paid attention. Art history was an advanced class. I didn't need to take it. It was elective, and I shouldn't have taken it at all. It didn't work well for me.
It's okay, friend Nietzsche. That is what the friend Rufa is here for, and also the friend Alona, friend Woodward, friend Chonabus,
No,
friend
no.
Morel.
I went to nature school. They don't mention dragons. There's a lot of other stuff out there, but dragons really aren't kind of our thing. I'm gonna have to leave this one up to. I think Alona's got it.
Fed. I was also going to continue to say to a certain extent, friend-ish Tobias, intern Tobias. Really quick, PJ, I was wondering if I could roll occult on the dragon name.
I will save you the time and say that would be a religion check.
Okay. Then Rufus gonna instead just looks over to Onona and go,
Alona does not speak and she is very confused. So at this point she hears dogs in the distance and is also slightly confused as well. So the one who will religion check to see if that has anything to do with the end of the world. Are we doing like a Jormungandr thing?
Go ahead.
One more time?
Make a religion check.
One more time.
No, Ian,
Yeah?
don't make me do it.
Did you just Mew Mew?
I need someone to clip it. Clip it.
Clip it. Your mimimun.
You're the there.
You're if there's anyone that's that's a 2 on the die face.
That's a 2 on the die face.
It's a 12, but it's a 2 on the die face.
You don't know what he's gonna do, but man, he will do it.
He will do it. He's committed.
Can I just say, at least it's not the one who knocks?
Well,
that's true. The dragon who knocks. The dragon who is the danger. Okay. So, do you have any other things you wish to do in this corridor? Do you want to go down? Do you want to go back? What's your thought?
I mean, do we want to leave? Alona is going to. So the farther down we go, the more the story continues, right?
Yeah, it continues to depict these two different dragons, but it really seems to favor the one that they keep referring to as a child who will Automat, Autemat. They keep referring to him about kind of keeping the discipline, keeping the strength, keeping the peace, and they always say like he will, but they don't really say what. And you see different acts, like you see like the first crowned champion of lucha, like the first king of the ring, if you will. You see the first priests like donning their holy vestments, and no matter where they are in the story, you always see the dragon there. And then you eventually will see the end of days and the beginning of the war for the sixth era of South Asmacon, the world. And you kind of get from the pictograph that he, at that point, he's above the battle. So it kind of tells you that he's either overseeing or he's leaving.
Can I ask PJ, are these like painted pictures or are they like carved etchings?
Hand carved into every massive brick, and these bricks are probably about the size of a Buick.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering, would it be possible for Rufa to take some of his paper and like a piece of charcoal to kind of basically names that kind of really repeat themselves over and over, anything that looks kind of sus? He's going to basically make a charcoal rubbings of.
Of course. You want to take like a 10? You can just go ahead and get all the names you want. Yeah.
That's so smart.
Go right ahead and do some rubbings.
Charcoal vibe check.
Charcoal vibe check.
Ichi watches Rufa and she's like, now I do remember that part of art class.
That's about 10.
Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, I'm concerned about the dragon, but
Yeah.
we'll get to that.
At this point, I think Alone is just gonna keep following the hallway down, just taking in as much of the pictographs, not necessarily the artwork on the wall as much as possible, and trying to commit it to memory, just like Rufa, and
Mhm.
continue walking down the aisle.
Okay. Okay.
I actually do have. I did a 21 for perception as a sensate gnome. Do I smell salt water or fresh water?
Great question. You smell rainwater.
Mm.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Has it been raining?
Well, we're in a cavern, so it's going to be an interest. It's got to lead outside somewhere.
If Sidney, if you don't mind, would you be okay with Rufa kind of taking point to check for traps every few feet?
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, that's what Rufa's gonna do. He's gonna take point and every few feet, like, basically Indiana Jones it.
Okay. Okay. Give me one perception check to kind of take the entire hallway. Just to confirm though, you guys are going closer to the refractive light down the hallway.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
There's nowhere else to go, right? Unless we leave.
Just the other way. It's a single direction corridor.
Yep. Just gonna continue that way towards maybe certain death.
Sure. Kylie, anything you want to do before you go down to the hallway?
Nope. Just gonna walk.
All right.
23, first
23.
roll.
The good thing is, as you're going down the hallway, you see no flagstone out of place, no weird beam of light that could, possibly be like a cover-up trap, no strings, on the ground, nothing. The bad thing is that the deeper you go into the corridor, all of the ambient light vanishes. You are now in darkness. The only light that you have in this dark corridor is the light that is refracting off of what now you see with your eyes plain as day, a knee-high pool of water in a circular flat stone basin. The flat stone basin has a built lip around it of alternating bricks, gold and silver and ruby bricks, kind of alternating in that three pattern. In the center, you see a massive mosaic depicting these two dragons intertwining and then coming out like a double helix, making a knit. You see this new dragon, and below its mouth, as it's descending from the sky, you see two worlds alike on fire and people like fighting.
Uh-oh. Okay. Whoa.
There's a small game we get to play of Spot the Human. I know 4 of us have night vision.
Yep.
Is there 4? Are there things that 4 of us see?
Well,
that may be more than.
Oh, it's fine. I was told by Adam Warlock, I'm sorry, AK Warlock. So sorry, AK. To hydrate or dihydrate, posture check, back straight, water
Ooh.
my hand.
Oh.
I already did ahead of the game.
Damn.
That's a thing on our Sunday streams. If you wanna come check it out.
You know my posture is when my camera cuts off the top of my head when I sit up correctly.
That's why I have such bad posture now. I do. I have a hunch now. Thanks, Panini.
Yeah.
I
So
thought you were gonna blame PJ, and I was like, "Whoa!"
PJ ruined my posture. He also called it out the one time, and I still haven't forgotten. So
When did I do? I'm so sorry. When did I do that?
Oh my god, it's fine. It's literally fine. But I do remember, and you're right.
It's totally fine, but I remember.
Hashtag
North
remembers.
I'm just
Oh my
throwing that
God.
out there. So basically, I would like to cast light so Rufa can see. I'm just gonna cast it on my glove, so my entire right hand up to my shoulder is glowing. And she's going to use her hand to kind of like go over the mosaic and kind of show it to Rufa. And with her other hand, she's going to like poke the water.
Okay. Okay. As you bend over and you're looking at the water, you start noticing the surface of the water starts to kind of not ripple, but a slight gentle tremble. You poke it. Suddenly you see, boom, and a droplet of water collects and raises to the sky. Suddenly, all around you, you see little doing, 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 doing. You see these water droplets forming from the surface of the water and rising slowly. They're not going all the way to the temple top. They're just rising about a good 5-10 feet in the air, and they kind of hang there. They hover there, suspended in midair. And sometimes as they just raise up, and you even see the water surface tension now start to peak as these droplets are pulling the water up. Some of them start to kind of grab in midair, become slightly bigger balls of water. Everyone give me a nature check. DC to beat is a 20.
Really quick, Rufa's gonna look over at Lona when she does it and goes, Rufa hopes this is not a bad thing.
22. And Lona also hopes this is not a bad thing.
Yeah, when did you become the chaotic one? You don't cut shit.
It was just water.
I got a 23.
24.
Nice.
Oof.
I got a 4.
No.
Oh, no.
Ichi's like, art.
She's like, yes, my people. So Ichi's looking at this amazing art. This art, which, by the way, no one has ever seen except those who have been put into this hallway as the guardian. So this is like basically you walking into the Vatican and peeping a whole bunch of crap you're never supposed to see. Michael, you're looking at how this mosaic is almost flawless. You're seeing rare gemstones, rare like sandstones and earthen rocks that have been melded perfectly. The only sign that this isn't all one piece of art is that, or one piece of rock, is that you can see where like the mortar was like painstakingly curved into the stone. Otherwise, it's just flesh, like one flesh surface of rock. And as you're both looking at this, the three of you look at this water and you realize something. You know this either because you have gone on journeys in all manner of environments, or because you've been around 1,000 years and you've seen some stuff, or because you've read books and you're just now remembering a description. This is what happens when a body of water is being slowly ionized by a bolt of lightning that is connecting to the surface of that water. And as this connection is slowly forming, the water is slowly dispersing away from gravity. You are a few seconds away from a giant bolt of lightning slamming into the pool of water. I need the three of you to give me reflex saves with a +2. The other two give me reflex saves at a -2.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Oh boy.
You see all our eyes when you said that. I think every one of us were like,
Hero point.
Oh no.
Oh man. Hey, Reef Psyche, these are the dice that you gave me. So if I die, I don't know.
Ouch.
Not 20,
Oof.
we're good.
Hey yo.
Nice.
Okay.
They listened to me.
I also
Dirty
used my
20.
hero point.
Dirty 20. Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to find my dice to hurt you all with.
It's a special dice. It's a special dice.
hope
Where's
it's the-
where's that one that I hurt those players with?
I hope it's the ones that he rode
Hmm.
terribly
Ah,
a
yes.
couple games a game.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Extra
We're the ones that
pointy
you rolled for
ones.
10,000 Trenyo.
Yeah.
They are all my D20s, and how dare you? Anyway, so Sidney got a critical 20. Ian, what was yours?
I haven't rolled yet. I was actually yeah. I got a 9.
Okay, a 9.
I-
Yeah.
I will add that story if I get the chance.
I'll tell you what. When I'll go around and say who failed, who succeeded, you can please tell me the tale of that 9. I'm really curious. Kylie, what was your reflex save?
31.
Nice, nice. Sam, what was your reflex save with a -2?
Oh, with the -2, I forgot about that. Oh, now I have to math. 20 minus 2.
18.
19, 20, 18.
All right. And Rufa, what was your
I was a
reflex save?
dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, I'm just confirming the DC. Okay. Sam, the number to beat was 19. You missed it by 1. And of course, that means poor Ian just absolutely
What?
didn't. With a 9. With a
What,
9.
9?
Look, I'll fight you on this. I'll die on this
What do you
hill. A
want?
9 does not beat a 19.
It's half of the number.
I know
19
that
would be
part of
nothing
math.
without a 9.
Oh, half damage.
Okay, so the number is 19 lightning damage or electric damage as this bolt of lightning strikes the water. If you critically succeeded, you take no damage. If you succeeded, you take half of 19 rounded down. If you failed, you would take the full 19. If you would have critically failed, you would have taken double that. And then you would have had to make a fortitude save to not be paralyzed or unconscious, depending on how the fortitude save would go.
You said rounded down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to hear the story of that 9 when you're ready.
So, Woodward, he sees this water slowly lifting, and he knows all of the signs. He's seen it before. He's seen lightning strikes hit beaches and stuff. And he knows what's coming. And to everyone's shock and surprise, he deftly rolls out of the way and gets ready for the attack by lifting that steel chair he's holding above his head.
Oh,
And just like a lightning rod bouncing off of the water, this just comes shooting across the water and hits that chair that he's got in his hand, and he's done for.
I will
Wow.
give me a fortitude save really fast, actually.
Great.
That's beautiful.
I thought, I was like, why would I fail this? Oh, right.
I have a 4-legged
oh,
lightning rod in my bag.
Actually, fortitudes are my saving grace. I got a 23.
Okay, cool. You'll be knocked back 10 feet, but you will not be paralyzed or unconscious. So you're just
I'll take it.
You just go flying.
19 damage, correct?
19 damage. That's right.
Thank
Sydney, give me a free perception check.
Also, Ian, you're a genius. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Free perception check. That is a 26.
The bolt of lightning strikes the water. In the split seconds of this, you see the water raise. And then the cue that you done goofed is the water then slowly just drops back in the puddle. And then bolt of lightning strikes the puddle. The water shoots out in this giant crash of ionic energy. Woodward brings his chair up in time to defend himself, and you see him just fly back as smoke smolders out of his body, and he's flung back. You see, in the midst of this chaos, with the water suddenly dropping like a roller coaster, letting the floor out from you, the bolt of lightning striking like wrath from Thor's hammer, and your little buddy knocked back easily 10 feet. You see a body of a woman drop into the puddle, just land in a 3-point stance, knee on the ground. You see she wears this bright blue and white luchador mask. She has this bright white kind of mohawk that then goes to a ponytail in the back. You see she has a blue and white sequin leather outfit. And then you can see her looking, and there's literally lightning bursting from her eyes in this repetitive pulse of power. And then what's even more terrifying that you see over her shoulder, 2 massive glowing eyes in the darkness seem to judge you over her shoulders. Everyone else, only with that critical 20, only Sidney's character alone has been able to see this. You all are still in the throes of a lightning bolt. A column of electricity has just struck at you from the sky. What do you do?
PJ, what was the name of the dragon? What's the name of that dragon again? Or do we not know?
You've had time to talk and read. It's Automat, Autemat.
And do we know the name of the dragon, the one that was chosen by the dragon, that was the sister of 10,000 Trueno?
Yes, since you know that it is his sister, I'll give you, her name is Running Rampalgo.
Running Rampalgo. In the middle of this, Ilona is going to drop to her knees and kneel. And she is going to, I'm assuming like just after all this has happened, kneel and just shout, Ultimat, Running Rampalgo, we are sorry for disturbing you in your temple. We are here to see if you are all right.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Okay, cool. Oh, hell to the yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm blessed today. That's a 26 again.
Okay. As you say that, Running Rampalgo, she slowly starts to stalk you in the water. You can hear the gentle swish and splash and the wet churning of the water as she gets close to you. Her eyes literally just shooting the lightning of a storm, and she almost kind of smells you as kind of... And then she stands up, looking down upon all of you. And you hear the voice of the dragon in the back, this deep, rolling voice. Children of the land, walkers of the gods, warrior of the temple and the spirits. Why have you come into my nest?
Still kneeled, Ilona, her eyes downcast, not looking at the god. With permission to speak, we were sent here by followers of the temple because there have been increasingly just disturbing things happening inside of the ring. There is a warrior who has been unnecessarily murdering people in your sacred place, and there is nothing that has been done to stop it. We have come here to ask for your help and to find out if you have been okay, for we do not understand why this has been allowed to occur.
Running Rampalga, you see her bring up a fist and lightning starts to crackle in her grasp, and it looks like she's about to hit you with this haymaker. And Rufa, in Draconic, you hear Automat just kind of say, "Stay your hand." And she just kind of sits there with his hand and she slowly lowers it. And then Automat, his giant eyes glowing from the dark, he starts to kind of slide forward into view. Through that kind of peering light in this refractive pool, you can see a dragon with bright feathers, like a bird, and a massive maw with rows of curled fangs. And you see arms, powerful and broad, dragging his body along the ground. Speak for me, my guardian. I must save my energy. Running Rampalgo looks to you and she says, "It is not my job to stop warriors from being stronger than another. Death is the point. Or did you forget how this is all supposed to end? In war. Did you forget that you only have a choice in where you stand after you die? I've counted your living and I've counted your dead. That's not what I'm here for. There's something much worse at play than just a few proud dead warriors who have ascended to their true purpose. There is something darker than you even understand at play here."
I think we understand. Ilona stops herself and recorrects herself. You're right. Of course, there are darker forces at play. There is a war happening outside of this country. It was almost brought here. But I can also tell that there is something much bigger coming. And if you took a second to look at this warrior and see what she is doing inside of the ring, you would know that those dark forces are here in your temple. And since that is your duty and that is your higher purpose, this does affect you.
Give me a diplomacy check. Also, if anyone would like to make a religion check or lore check on this dragon, I can give you some background information on Altimat.
Would it be possible to, unless if Sidney, if you need it, can I aid her with
In diplomacy?
Yeah.
Yeah, go right ahead. Make a
Go
roll.
ahead, please.
Go right ahead.
Yay!
Help. Help me.
That's a
please.
17 for religion.
Hey.
24
Alright.
for religion.
Nice. Okay. You got anything, Ian?
The only thing Woodward knows is that Rochelle's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Facts.
honest.
Facts.
As far as I've played Woodward, if I did a religion roll now, it wouldn't make any sense. But I would know about this particular dragon when I was confused by everything else so far.
Facts.
Can I say I love the human ancestry feat of cooperative nature. That's a 29.
That gives a +4, right? With you?
Bless.
Yeah.
Bless
Yeah.
me.
He's
Amazing.
like, I don't know about
pretty
what
much
you're
me
saying,
giving
but
her-
that guy looks nice.
It's a non-magical guidance, honestly.
I bless you.
It's insane.
I love you very much. That's a dirty 20 now.
Yeah, it's atheist blessing.
Nice.
It's blessing.
So before we do the diplomacy, I want to give some lore here because this also, if you guys pull your information, this might do some things. So yeah, 28 Sam and 17 Kylie. Cool. You remember some stories that you've heard. You, because you're from South Asmacon, and of course you, Kylie, because you're over 1,000 years old. You've heard that after or around the Great Dragon War, the dragon gods didn't just settle in the Shin, Oriyasu, and Kokujo islands and mainlands. Whether it was fear, love, or whatever instinct it was, the dragon pantheon was hewn and new dragon gods were supposedly rumored to have been sired. And you're starting to think that if you're kind of sure that this is the child of Impetimat and Quetzalcoatl. And this dragon is really having a crisis of legacy and doing his best.
Oh. Oh.
We're all just doing our best.
Yeah.
So that's what you know. You both are able to kind of put two and two together, and the answer is this is the child of Quetzalcoatl and Impetimat, and it's the first dragon god born entirely in the land of Asmacon.
We should have brought Pangolina down here.
Damn.
They would have gotten along great.
Emotional support Pangolina.
So Sidney, yeah, you're making a diplomacy check, correct?
Yes, please.
Okay. What do you say to? I think you already said that. What you said about your there's a
All
great
of it.
darkness here, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
With that, running Rampalago kind of stammers back a bit, and all the anger and borderline feralness, just that hard edge kind of drops a bit, and she looks back at Altimat, who now kind of pushes himself up, and he says, "Pesadilla. The nightmare has come to South Asmacon. I have fought the darkness with all my muscle and strength, but it is not my job to stop all darkness. Because it is needed. Because it is impossible. I cannot kill death. But if the madness has found its way to the temple, I cannot kill the people. Guardian. Yes, master. We will kill the madness.
Ichi just steps out from behind Shionabis, who's behind Woodward, still, I'm assuming, and walks forward very respectfully and does a very deep bow and says, "Oh, very sacred one. Sorry to be here. Sorry to bother you. The darkness, is that what you called it? No. What did he just call it? I'm sorry."
He referred to it by two names. He called it the darkness, but he also called it pesadilla, the nightmare.
The nightmare. Okay.
Yeah.
What, may I ask respectfully, is the nightmare?
Do
Is
you
it-
really want to try to know?
Yes, because does it have anything to do with that belt stealer who's in the ring right now? I'm with our situation at hand.
Everything. And more? Do you really want to know?
When you say it like that, it makes me think maybe I don't, but I mean, we're here, so yes.
Guardian, you know what you must do. Running Rempelga looks to you and she says, I'm going to hold you down to the ground. I suggest you take deep breaths and think of someone you love. Everyone, hold Ichi to the ground with all your might.
So confused right now in many ways.
Do you lay on the ground and let
Yeah.
5 people stand on your body?
Yes, Ichi will do that, and she'll just give the group a good finger crossbows, and say, I don't know what's about to happen, but I think I gotta do it. So
Yeah, shoot, that makes 5 of us.
So running Rempelga grabs one of her sweatbands on her wrist with her teeth, kind of yanks it off, wraps it up into a nice tight ball, tells you to open your mouth and sticks it into your teeth as a chomp bit. She looks at everyone else and she says, I need you to accept something and it's going to hurt, but it's for your own safety. Will you let me do this?
Right.
going-
So
Yeah.
I got hit with some lightning earlier today. Actually minutes ago. And I feel like this is where it's going. Do we really need all of us involved?
You'll see why in a bit. May I deafen you for about a minute?
Wow. Well, shoot, no one else I've fought so far. I mean, well, everyone else I fought never asked. Yeah, shoot, I'll go with it. Why not?
Okay. So if you consent to be deafened, that means you will not roll a fortitude save. This will be an automatic success and you will be deafened 1 for a minute.
Okay.
All right. I need to know who is consenting to be deafened. 1, 2, 3. Rufa, do you consent to be deafened?
Rufa looks over at Itchy and goes, Itchy, are you absolutely sure?
Ichi looks up at him and goes,
Rufa takes the chain whip that's hanging on his belt and kind of has it like rearrange it so it's even more accessible for like almost a quick draw, and looks over to the dragon and the other luchador, he
Mhm.
knows he probably will not survive a one-on-one head-on fight with them, but he has the gall go. If this goes south, then and he just kind of just lets that threat kind of just hang for a second.
Runner and Palgo just kind of gives you a smirk, and she goes, "Greater men have tried." She takes her hand up and just slaps her hands as hard as she can. You are suddenly, first of all, the first thing you hear is an absolute as like the air sucked out of the room, and you hear that kind of vacuum sound. And then once that happens, you're as the vacuum has now kind of collapsed in on itself, popped, and now your eardrums are ringing. You're holding down Ichi with all your might, but now your head and ears are buzzing with this horrible deafness. As she does that, and as Ichi is pinned, and as she's pinning you on the torso, she wraps one hand around your head, puts her mouth all the way to your ear, and whispers so that it's as much as she's trying, only you hear this name. I need a willpower save -4. The DC to beat is a 16.
Oh no. Okay. Come on, dice.
Oh no.
22.
All right. She whispers into your ear. It almost sounds like this breathy, husky whisper. And then suddenly your whole body loses all of its core temperature. You can feel the heat almost dripping out of you like pouring tea into a glass. And as that steeped tea leaves you, you're just a cold, empty vessel. And that's when everything turns dark, pitch black, nighttime, stars all over the sky. And as the stars fill the sky, this nice, bright, twinkling golden light becomes this gorgeous net of luminescence. That kind of hazy film that too many stars in the sky give, like when it's after a rainstorm, and you look across the curvature of the earth and you can see the cosmos in their infinity. And as the haze begins to grow, you see the moon, a beautiful, bright, golden white moon. The moon is massive, hanging in the sky, staring at you like an eyeball. Until the moon turns around, you see two eyes open to cover half the moon itself, and then this grin cracks like the sound of stretching leather crunching upon itself as this smile grows, and razor sharp teeth, just like a perfect file and form, just comes out. I have such truths to show you, Ichi. Life, death, the beginning, the true beginning, the end, the true end. I have them all. All you have to do is take my simple toy. Take a simple dull knife. Take the stars into your hand, child. And then the dreams, oh, the dreams. The nightmares, no nightmares. I will be there. And the sky starts to bow and bend like dripping water from a stalactite until it breaks into spider limbs. You see a bunch of long, painfully skinny limbs moving. Each movement sounds like leather stretching and cracking, like muscle fibers just being pushed to their limits as and standing above you like a daddy long legs, you see this inky black spider with the head of a moon, two eyes so impossibly large, and a smile that goes all the way to the back of the skull. My name is Kamba. I am the first nightmare the world ever knew, because I and my family was the first gods the world ever had. And I can show it to you. No more dreams, no more nightmares, just starry nights and joyous giggles, please, child. Take my knife. And this massive hand releases these long, dexterous fingers, like shadows breaking across the ground at high noon, and these fingers slide to you. In his palm, you see this rusty, blunt letter opener. It looks like it couldn't even cut butter. And it's in his palm, like, take it. And you feel in your heart as the hundreds of years of your family are behind you, and your grandmother puts a hand on you, and she says to you, everything's a choice. This is a bad one. I'm not going to stop you from making it. So, little girl, what are you going to do? What's your choice?
I look up at this monstrosity and I feel the words of my grandmother in my subconscious and the knife in the hand of this entity. And I reach for my clan dagger and I pull it out and I hold it up. And I say, no, thank you. I already have one.
The giant moon, with its massive eyes and its terrible grin that stretches to the back of its own head, slowly opens wide. This garish Pac-Man hinge mouth as a long purple tongue comes out, and this horrible, shrill, screaming laugh erupts as his hand curls over the knife, swallows it dry like a pill. I'll see you soon. The time of the month is almost here, the time of the year when all is fear, the cheers, the jeers, they'll soon be here. And we will rise again. Goodbye, child. If you ever want to know the truth, I will always show you such wonderful truths. Pleasant dreams. And he ascends back to the sky and becomes the night once more. And as you whip back to reality, you see everyone. Give me an athletics check right now.
19.
19.
I know I rolled an 18 and I got a +1 now, so a whole lot. Man.
Taco meat.
Taco.
I got a
Chaco
13.
A 13. Okay.
I got a 13. We're just getting kicked in the face again.
Yeah. What's that?
Someone's
What's
gotta
that
do it.
athletics check, Michael? Muted.
I rolled a 13, but with my bonus, it's a dirty 20.
All right, Sam. Give me an athletics check +4.
4. +4 to my regular bonus or just a straight +4?
Strength. A +4 to any athletics check you'd make normally.
That's a 25.
All right.
Oh, I forgot. I do have that +1 for my case, so that's a 21.
Okay. I don't think maybe it could apply either way. So you come to. Everyone, you have been holding on to a limb of Ichi violently, and she is thrashing about with strength you've never seen her possess. She's almost gone into a rage, but there's something darker about it. It's like trying to ride a rodeo bull. She's literally taking an entire human being and slamming them around with just her one arm. Ichi, as you come to, you see Alona and Woodward have been thrown against a wall. With your last moment of consciousness coming to, thrown against the wall. Bam! You can see where the stone is cracked. You see Rufa trying to pin down your legs, but he is just bloody and bruised from the savage thrashing and kicking of your feet. You see Shionabis, who's trying to basically now pin down both your arms. And the last thing you see as you're looking around is instinctually your arms throwing her across the room like a rag doll. Running Rempalago is still on your chest, and she is just punched and beat up, and she's just like spitting out blood, and she's swearing at you in South Asmacon, like, hold still. And you finally see you've been foaming at the mouth the past like minutes, thrashing violently, but you're okay. Running Rampalgo gets up, takes a bit out of your mouth, and just steps back a bit. Now you know who the madness is. Now you know about the nightmare. He's real. And he's here. And she kind of stumbles back into the water and just kind of falls back on her ass and just kind of sits there, just letting this rainwater gently drop on her.
I'm sorry. I hurt you. I hurt all of you. Are you all right?
Shionabis is gonna like lift herself up from the ground, like, yeah, like wipe blood from her cheek. She's like, we're good. You good, kid?
Rufa's gonna like finally just back away, kind of just lean up against a wall and just kind of sit there and just spits out a kind of a glob of blood. Goes, it's fine, Flenicia. Tis merely a scratch.
Woodwork kind of sits up, probably only being feet away from where he got thrown back by the lightning bolt. And he's he kind of looks at her. You know, I've never been thrown so quickly so many times in my life. I'm willing to leave now, if everybody else is.
Ilona just gets up from the place that she got on the floor and she goes back over to Ichi and she looks at her and she says, "Are you okay? We've never seen you like that."
I think so. What? El Kukui Jr. Do they know about the nightmare? Did they take the knife? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
No. I look to
Running Rampalgo.
Running Rampago.
She looks at you with a knowing gesture and then just does this.
Okay. This is bad. This is bad. Oh, I don't know actually what to say right now. Usually I have a joke. I don't have a joke. We just need to beat them.
Ichi, I know that you've just been through a lot and it might take you a time to process what you've just seen. But if you're going to go against them and if we're going to help you, we need to know what we're going up against. If you can put it into words that won't harm you.
Okay. I don't know if I know all of you have seen awful things before. Some of them we've seen together. Have you ever seen something that you think could destroy life as we know it? It doesn't make sense at all. And seems like it sprouted from the darkest parts of existence. And Ichi will explain, the vision that she saw and the offer that she was given, and and what she did to everyone.
Point of clarification, and this is extremely important. Do you say the thing that Running Rimpago whispered into your ear?
No.
Okay. Good.
After Ichi is done explaining, Ilona is going to look to Rufa. And Rufa, do you remember?
PJ, I was
Mhm.
wondering, would it be possible for me to roll occult on like the imagery and everything that Ichi has described? Because I think I'm on the same wavelength as Sidney here, and also the fact that I did do a roll very similar to this on a similar thing after we got off of the Iron Ship.
I am going to say no.
Okay.
You can make the occult check, but you're not going to get you know what? I'll tell you what. Roll and I'll give you what I can.
Okay. Doing some math. Just give me a sec.
Sure thing. Also, while you're doing that, I want to take a brief time to say hello to all of our Raiders, Dice Drinks, and Drama, Tabletop Rolls. The Short Nord, thank you so much for coming. We hope you like the show. And thank you. Welcome to episode 50.
PJ, I got a 25 total.
25. Okay. So you don't know the imagery specifically, but you have heard like folk tales, fairy tale stories about people who've gone mad at night. You know, the whole idea about lunacy, how it always strikes in a full moon. So that's ringing a bell, but everything else is just kind of just weird mythology, and it doesn't really it's all some symbolism. It's not really making any sense.
Rufa's going to just nod and just goes, yes, Rufa, he has heard of such tales before during his travels. It's very fragmented. We would probably need to visit that Liberian friends to get more information sources. Rufa would need reference material.
Right. I don't want to. Okay, it's a lot to take in. Ichi's been through a lot, but I just let's take it down to the picture we can handle real quick. We don't have to defeat that Ichi. We just gotta beat up the thing upstairs. So let's just take a step back real quick and start there. Maybe get upstairs and take care of what we have to, and we can do a dive on the rest of this later. I feel like it's a little. Yeah, I can't manage defeating an elder god at this moment. So let's just take care of the wrestler upstairs, or you take care, and we'll handle that first.
So, yeah, elder gods fighting them, not good. El Kukui Jr. might be like elder touch, which is also probably not going to be great. I'm real good at wrestling. Like you all saw that, what I did. Sportsmanship is a very important part of lucha. I don't know what El Kukui Jr. has in their back pocket, but it's not going to be good. Backup plan might be in order, because I'll try to punch real hard. I will. I will punch as hard as I can. But if someone has accepted a gift from an eldritch horror, we'll see how far the punches take us.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's just Ichi, if they're going to have this distinct, horrifying advantage, we're going to do everything that we possibly can to help you. We're not going to let you fight them alone.
PJ, possible big brain moment.
Okay.
While this whole interaction is going on, Rufus is playing back. Everything was told him, and then the clues that you gave me about the moon, lunacy, all that stuff.
Mhm.
I want to focus all of Rufus' collective little gray brain cells on anything pertaining to the moon, basically, like when it comes to like evil stuff like this.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Give me. Let me ask you this: just A to B, just so I can know what to make you roll.
Mhm.
Are you trying to cut to the chase and figure out Kamba's name, or are you trying to do something else?
I'm trying to do something else, actually.
Okay.
Like whether the moon is giving the power or the phases of the moon, that kind of stuff.
Give me occultism. While he's doing that, can I have everyone give me a perception check? Bonuses for hearing will be applied to this check.
Said bonuses for hearing. Are we deafened?
Thankfully, no, it has been enough time.
Okay.
You've basically been struggling for with all of your physical prowess for almost 5 minutes, keeping a thrashing, foaming at the mouth, violently insane Ichi down on the ground.
Right.
So that's gone away.
Okay.
What are the bonuses for hearing?
It depends. I want to say some ancestries have special feats, or there are special feats that give bonuses to perception checks when hearing is the perception that you are rolling.
Cool.
If that's the case, I want to say it's a +2 in that event.
I don't have any of those,
Yeah.
but I did roll a nat 20, and my perception comes up to 31.
Hey yo.
That's amazing. I got a
My-
dirty 20. Also, when anyone pictures the moon, does anyone else picture the creepy moon from Legend of Zelda?
Yes.
No. I think of Yue when she turns into the moon.
From Avatar. Yes.
By the way, PJ,
Yeah.
27 on that occult check.
27 the occult check. I gotta hold on to it really fast. I'm gonna get the perception check so I could do 2 things at once.
Gotcha.
But awesome, pocket that. So we got dirty 20, critical 20. Sam, what you got?
13.
13. Carly, what you got?
29.
29. Okay. So Sam, your senses are buzzing from literally everything you just viscerally, spiritually experienced. And Running Rimpago is kind of looking at you worried. She's kind of like, moving your hair out of your face. The dragon is just kind of breathing heavily. The three of you hear 2 things. You hear a voice announcer in this crowd cheer as it says, "That was an amazing match. Please stick around as the wedding of the century is about to happen. But before that, we have a special grudge match. Pangolina versus El Jaguar. And an I Quit match, folks. I hope you like a bloodbath and an underdog, because one thing is for certain, someone's going to end up a bloody mess." And if anyone is to remind Sam, she made a promise to Pangolina that she would be in her corner for this match.
Because I
Now-
didn't hear that, right?
She didn't hear that. She
Okay.
was having a moment. So before that, Michael, so you're trying to get stories of lunacy. So remind me again, you're trying to, oh, right. No. Specifically speaking, the faces of the moon don't give any more perks or bonuses. But the one thing for sure is everyone only really seems to, what's I'm looking for? It's not Dunning-Kruger mandala. Whatever it is, it's that psychological effect where people really only pick something out when it's at one phase. Like everyone assumes, like because it's the biggest, oh, it's because this. No, it's good or bad all year round. You're only focusing on it when it's like this.
Okay.
And so yeah, that's what you kind of pick and choose out your brain.
So Elkui Jr. is not getting her power directly from the moon.
Not in the sky, no.
Okay. All right. I had a
Um,
hunch. I had a.
No, hey, I love it. I love it.
Woodward, kind of looking at the dragon again and its avatar, is kind of gets stoked and slightly like takes a split second as it picks up this chair that's now been blasted with lightning. He goes, "Yeah, let's go, Pangolina." Oh, shoot, Ichi, Pangolina, upstairs. El Haguar, the whole fight, the grudge match. You gotta go.
It's happening now?
It's happening now, right now.
We gotta go. We gotta go. Okay, thank you, Dragon. You don't scare me as much anymore in comparison to what I just saw. Can I give you a hug?
Running Rimpalgo looks at the dragon, looks at you, and Running Rimpalgo hugs you and just kind of like strokes your head and be like, "You are a good warrior."
Woodward walks up and says, "Please take this chair as an offering," and hands them the steel chair.
They look at it, they hand it back, and they say, "That's probably going to do more good in your hands than ours." As you look at it, it now has the pulsing rune in it.
Right.
You have a rune of shocking in this chair.
Back pocket. We'll keep this one. Thank you so much. It's nice to have you in our corner.
That is also for the level 5 hype train. You now have a shocking steel chair. With one hand, it does 1d6. With two hands, it does 1d10 bludgeoning damage. It does an extra 1d6 shocking damage on a crit. They have to make a DC 24 save or be paralyzed. Stunned 1. And as an added bonus feature, if you open it and jump off the chair, you become a bolt of lightning equal to a 4th level cast of lightning bolt. 5th level cast of lightning bolt. Can be used once a day.
Oh,
Has to be
Great.
invested into.
Great. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
I know certain ECW alumni who will love that ability.
Oh my god.
Yep, you jump off the chair, you turn into a level 5 cast of lightning bolt. You can do that once a day. You have to invest in it, but you basically just get a free magical weapon that turns you into a living lightning bolt.
Thank you, Hype Train Hypers. This is the best item we've ever gotten.
True.
And it is called the most electrifying chair in sports entertainment.
it's electrifying. Sorry.
On that note, as the heroes in El Toro Fuerte are running to go see Pangolina versus El Jaguar and be there for emotional support, we are going to take our 5-minute break. Thank you so much for coming in to see episode 50. We'll have a lot more, including the Q&A at the end. Thank you. We'll be back at 9:38. We love you. We love you so much. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for giving us that quick 5-minute break, and welcome back to the second half of episode 50. If you're just joining us or maybe came in the raid, we are at a temple in South Azmokan, the Temple of Lucha, the glorious testing ground where luchadors of South Azmokan find glory, strength, and eventually, if they are so lucky, they get to pass on and decide life or death and fight in the army of the a million lives, the million deaths, to see who is going to take over the world after it's all destroyed and start the 6th era. Ichi, whose ring name is La Gran Pacificadorita, lost her title as El Azul Kakui, who used to be El Azul Kakui Jr., but recently has, shall we say, wrested that title, has stolen the belt unfairly from Ichi's waist and is now using it as power and clout to just go on this killing spree of glory and gory. They have just met the dragon guardian of the temple, Autamat, the child of Quetzalcoatl and Impetimat, and the first dragon god of Azmokan. And now, after talking to him and his guardian, running Rampalago, they have decided, well, first they have to go and support Pangolina as part of their agreement, but also because she wants her in her corner. And they also got a really awesome chair and a dragon scale. There were some gifts. But now we're going to flash forward to you now run to the back. You see a bunch of wrestlers or a bunch of lucha basically are like pulling back the curtain to see what's happening out there. And they're just like, you see them having this moment of like, ooh, yeah, oh, Yeah. And they're so excited and tense. They look at you and they go, oh my gosh, it's a bloodbath out there. Like, I've never seen such nasty shots. Aren't you supposed to be her valet? Aren't you supposed to go out there?
Yep, we're going. And she's just booking it.
And
All
we're
right.
walking. We're walking.
Are you joining Ichi ringside to cheer on Pangolina?
Oh yeah. You get the chance to not like to be right at the edge of the ring. Yeah, Woodward's totally gonna go.
All right. Everyone else on board for going ringside? All right.
Yeah.
So you come storming down this massive stone ramp. The minute you walk out, your blood goes cold, your hair stands up. You are surrounded by the shadowy gaze of thousands of people screaming in support. That electricity of that combined energy strikes you immediately as your adrenaline just hyper pumps to the base of your skull and your eyes dilate as you're like, oh my God, this is what it's like to be a lucha warrior. Ichi, of course, is like, it's Tuesday. So you go storming to the ring. At this point in time, you see El Jaguar, who's just like bloody teeth, as like he's spitting out some blood here and there. He's got small lacerations on his body. You see chairs, tables. You see a bowling ball cracked in half. You just see a whole bunch of destruction. And you see Pangolina, who's like kind of woozy on her back foot with her hands up. And she's also like just battered and bleeding. And El Jaguar like takes this giant stone tablet, cracks it on her head. She falls back. She spits and she goes, Pangolina doesn't lose. No way. No how. I can do this all day. And El Jaguar just says, I wouldn't want you to do it any less. And he gives her a drop kick. She lands on the ropes, just limp on the ropes. She sees you there. Give me a diplomacy check, Sam.
I'm gonna say, Pangolina, we believe in you. No way, no how. And I'm gonna also try to get the audience to start chanting.
Yes. Tiny
Diplomacy
little
check.
ballerina pangolin girl.
It's a 15 diplomacy check.
15 diplomacy check. So you give her the pep talk, and she's kind of like, first of all, her eyes just become massive eyes as she sees that you're here, and you can just see her like stumbling over words going, you showed up, you showed up, you showed up. And then the crowd starts chanting 10,000 voices saying her war cry. And you just see tears rolling down her face as she looks and sees the most overwhelming support and validation. And she just kind of gets off the ropes, and she's a stumbling mess. Like, she's kind of like all over the place. And El Jaguar just kind of goes, and he just says, like, there's blood in the air as he bounces off the rope and he goes for his finishing move. He's about to give her the pounce and maul. And as he dives to her and she's just a stumbling mess, in midair, she does a backflip and lands with her back on the top of El Jaguar's head. He slams into the ground, bounces off the floor, rolling over. You can see he is concussed as Pangolina slowly gets to her feet, knees shaking like a newborn deer. And she looks over at El Jaguar, who's just trying to find where the lights went. And she looks at him. She grabs a chair. She places on his head. She stumbles over the rope. She climbs to the very top. She points to you and she says, I love you. She points the crowd and she says, no way, no how. And she jumps and does a triple backflip, landing her back on the chair on El Jaguar's head. You hear a sickening clamor of metal as she rolls off. She throws the chair off. She grabs him by his mask and just starts screaming, say it, say it. And eventually he just goes, I quit. I quit, stop. And she throws him to the ground. She stands up and she just collapses, one arm triumphantly in the air as the crowd screams her name with excitement. The priests are running into the arena. The bell is just clamoring and they're dragging El Jaguar out, who's now seething as the animal inside is starting to come alive. He's like, no, I didn't mean it was a lie. Give me. And they're pulling him off. And she looks at him and she's like, I see you, Predator. I'll never be afraid of you ever again. No way. No how. She collapses again to the ground. You have just gained Pangolina as a permanent ally at the last match. And El Toro Fuerte is there the whole time, just going like, yes, she was strong like the bull. No one likes bulls anymore. God, I'm too old for this.
Oh, poor El Toro Fuerte. And his...
We did establish that he had too many bulls in his childhood
We
in
did.
the previous episode. A bull-based childhood.
So she, as the announcers declare her name and her victory, she collapses her body onto all of you. You can just feel her heart pounding, the adrenaline coursing through her like a river. She's warm, she's sweaty, she's tender, and she just like starts crying in absolute joy as she just collapses and hugs all of you.
Ichi just like gives her a big hug and she says, you did it. You're going to be the face of the next generation of Lucha. And after all this is over and I beat El Cucuy Jr. and set things right, let's see if we can get you a meeting with Lucha and with Rufa and work out some brand deals.
She explodes into tears and joyous laughter. She is exhausted and she has never been happier. And she actually starts to pick you up and just kind of like shake you with joy. And then she
That's
puts
hard.
you down
Yeah,
and she
good
shakes
job.
and she drops.
That was beautiful. Ichi turns to the group and is just like, I needed that to see that win after all that happened up there. Because there's still good and pure innocence in this world. Innocence that'll sock someone in the face. That's all that I need to know.
Woodwort looks to Ichi and says, You were worried about your enemy in the ring being touched by an elder god. I think this is the perfect time to remind you that you are Ichi of the Godlands. You already have a title. You've already been amongst gods. They have one. You have many. You got this girl to fight and finish that fight. You got this. And he just hands her that chair with like the electric rune on it and everything just to hand it to her.
Thank you. Except for one thing. She hands the chair back and she says, I want you to pass this to me at an opportune moment. Counting
Yeah, I
on
guess
you,
that's,
Woodward.
yeah, it was that. The moment was here, I thought, but yeah, you do want to slip that in, when you need it, rather than it's, yeah.
Well, I
No,
appreciate
I get it.
the gesture.
Yeah, I'm with it. Okay.
Okay, so the announcer begins to say, everyone please take some time to rest and recover from that amazing match. Truly, Lady Mila Muertes and El Phoenix are looking down upon this child with amazing promise. She has been given the torch of the new face of Lucha. Everyone, welcome Pangolina to the annals of Lucha history. And there's a whole thing. Everyone's chanting her war phrase, her war cry. And she's just beside herself, tears of joy rolling down her face. And as she kind of favors her whole body as she walks away, assuming you guys run to help her, you're lifting her by the arm, in triumph. The announcer says, so we're going to give about a 5-minute break, and then we're going to have the wedding. So please come and support the wedding of the two legend exoticos of the
Woodward
ring.
starts to sweat.
uh, 1 second. I gotta do a thing. Woodward sweats and weddings. It is the wedding between Ginger Lace and Machismo Maximo, being officiated by none other than Fabular herself. So please come and watch this beautiful spectacle as these two wonderful warriors get married right here in our ring. We welcome all Lucha in attendance to come and stand as these two give their vows to be together forever. As you go to the back, this, now is starting to kind of like kick up some hubbub. All positive, except Fabular is a little worried. If you remember, Fabular was looking over a book. They were reading basically like how to officiate a lucha wedding, going over things like, what to say to the groom what to say to the bride and the groom. But they're also like, see, I know that Madame Imperatriz is going to try and take advantage of the situation to attack both of them and try to take their titles and then probably try to make a deal. I don't care about that. Like, we could probably kick her ass, but it's the fact that the ambush is going to ruin the wedding and they don't deserve that. So like, you remember talking to her, she was very nervous about protection from Madame Imperatriz breaking in.
Oh, we gonna save the wedding. We
Sounds
gonna
like-
save this drag queen wedding.
Are we the
We're on
bouncers?
bodyguard duty today.
Well, that depends. Fabular is concerned, and you can hear under her breath them talking about this. She's talking about this. But if you'd like to make yourself the bodyguards, the bouncers, best people, that's up to you to discuss with Fabular how you want to help this wedding.
Oh yeah.
If there's anything that Alona believes in, besides marriage, besides religion, it is that love is beautiful. So, Alona immediately jumps up and takes full advantage of the situation and goes, "Oh my goodness, you need help with things. Well, we are so good at helping. It's kind of what we do. And I know that my friends would absolutely love to make sure that nothing happens to your special day. Isn't that right, guys?"
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Wait, can we get? Yeah, sure. I'll fight someone. Wait, are we helping? What are
we
we?
getting paid for this?
Oh wait, is this a lucha thing? Am I involved in a lucha thing?
We're involved
it's
in
a
a
wedding.
lucha thing.
Looking back and forth, looking back, Woodward's just like looking at Ichi, like
It's a wedding.
super excited.
We are bodyguarding the wedding. The wedding happens to be a lucha wedding, but it is still a wedding. And they're still, right?
So yeah, I mean, like it. We're not getting married, so it kind of
No.
is just a lucha thing because we're gonna beat people up if they try to attack.
Right.
Hey, we're good at that.
Yeah, no,
guys.
we
Yeah,
got
we're
it. Got
good
it.
at
Done.
it.
Let's
We
do
got
it. Yeah,
this.
cool.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So Fabular is extremely excited, and she says, "Good. I'm so glad that you're here to help. I would love to just do it myself, but I have a tag match right after this with Katrina Vile against Slamantha and Princess Bashley, and I really need to conserve my energy because it's kind of a big one. So thank you so much. Oh, you've made my life so much better. Okay, great. Is that the only outfits you guys have?
Alona looks at her robes that she's
I'll
never
have
taken
you
off.
know, this is the height of fashion in Glatzet.
Yeah, honey, but it's a wedding. Hold on. I got this.
Bow
And you
ties for everyone.
You hear Fabular start chanting. Oh no! Ichi, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just gonna say Ichi just yells that out into the air. but she has no way of obtaining bow ties. It's just wishful thinking.
Looks at Rufo with a crafting check.
Hey.
You see Fabula. Here's what the bow ties. You see, she's thinking about it. She goes, well, they look classy on gents and they look really good on ladies. That kind of Victor Victoria thing. Yeah, I can make that happen. And she starts chanting. And suddenly your garbs become this immaculate, like David Bowie-esque kind of Tilda Swinton power suit with this gorgeous cut, this nice shiny fabric.
Too
and
many powerful names said in a single
I
sentence.
know, I can't handle that.
I don't know where I'm at now.
Take it, take that bisexual power. And you are given the most flawless bow ties that match your suits. And Fabula looks at you and she goes, this will do. Come. We have a wedding to do. Go to the ring. I gotta get flowers. She starts chanting and like this perfect bouquet arrives. She goes, yes, okay, let's go. You're on your way to the wedding. Sam, make for me a reflex save.
11.
Everyone is in the arena. It's beautiful. You can feel this nice, like, kind of like respectful energy. Like, like you're at a church and there's a wedding, or like at a wedding anywhere. It's kind of like this, a nice, polite buzz. And you see Ginger Lace, who she looks outstanding in her dress. She looks great. And her husband to be, Machismo Max, has like this dyed pink mohawk and this nice black and hot pink tux. And he just looks perfect. And everyone is rushing out of the ring, and Fabular is there, and she's got her book open. Suddenly, Sam, you kind of feel this big rush of motion towards you, and you see this giant boulder get thrown at you, and you duck under in time to see Chupacabra grabbing another one and just throws it at you again and just starts running after you.
Oh. Okay, so can I try to catch the second one?
Give me an athletics check.
Okay. These aren't the best rolls, but I've got a pretty good bonus. That's a 19.
Okay. You try to catch it, you grab it, but your back foot isn't quite planted in your really nice new suit, and you kind of fall back with the rock, the boulder, I should say. And as you fall back, it's safely above you. But you look up, and there's La Chupacabra just like towering above you, and she's reaching with this giant clawed hand for your face. She's going to attempt a quick grapple check. What's your fortitude DC?
That's 10 plus my bonus?
Mm-hmm.
That's 22.
Okay, she's gonna beat it by 2. She grabs you by the head, she picks you up, and she just slams you back down to the ground. You take another 12 damage with this slam, and she's trying to pick you up again. Everyone else, you now at this point see that this massive, monstrous person is just face slamming Ichi into the ground again and again.
How tall is this monster?
La Chupacabra stands about 8 feet tall, probably about a good 275 of lean but very broad muscle.
Cool. Are we rolling initiative?
No, but I will give. You know what? Let's roll initiative just so that we have the series of actions taken.
My.
I'm gonna use my hero point because we only have like maybe an hour left. Are you kidding? Oh, no, it's not much better. But it's better, not much better.
Are we basing this off of perception?
Yeah.
Since we're
Yes,
seeing her
perception.
get great. Thank you.
Yeah.
21.
21 from Michael.
29.
Bam. Sidney got a 29.
Woodwork came in hot with a 25.
One with the 25.
27.
Nice.
Unnatural 20.
Hey.
Waste.
Did you say natural or unnatural?
Unnatural.
Oh.
Oh, dirty
Oh.
20. Okay.
Dirty 20.
It's an
Dirty 20.
eldritch
An
20.
eldritch 20.
20.
It's unnatural.
Okay. Sidney, you're gonna go first as Chupacabra, holding Ichi by the face, looks to you, and you see that horrible goat skull with like the 4 antlers, and you can see this eerie sort of like red light peering from behind the holes of the goat mask.
Oh, Tay. Ilona is going to use command. And she's going to use command to tell Chupacabra to drop Ichi.
Okay, awesome. What's the will save to beat?
The will save, that's against my spell DC, which is a 20. 20. Right? Am I right? Yeah, will save. So will save.
Okay. I need you to tell me the tale of how you terrify the great goat devourer into dropping Ichi.
Incredible. Incredible. Okay, so Lona is staring at this gigantic, monstrous woman, and she has Ichi's head in her grasp, and she goes, "No! How dare you ruin this wedding!" And Alona goes, "You! Drop it! Drop it now!" Mom mode.
So you're like, drop it, and this like 8-foot tall beast of a woman just goes, and just kind of puts Ichi down the ground, and she looks to you, and you see like this rolling like, "Lo siento, I'm so sorry," and she's just like now baying like a wolf almost.
Oh God.
You know, I heard if you do her dishes for her, she'll be not, she won't give you the chancla. So if you're scared of her now, just
Sam, I will let you choose if that is a diplomacy or an intimidation.
okay. Ooh, there's the same bonus, so I'm gonna go with diplomacy. Like we're on the same side here, like I don't want La Chancla either, so
Can I provide aid on that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Give aid. Give the same skill roll that Sam is doing.
so yeah, it's a 24 for me.
Mm-hmm. And was your roll there to aid?
I'm adding. Total is almost got 4. 29.
Yeah. So you say that, and La Chupacabra just kind of looks at you and looks at Rufa and looks at Ilona, who's just like, and Chupacabra just, this 8-foot tall monstrous woman just kind of like starts haunching over. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go tell Alazul Kukui I couldn't kill you. I'm sorry. And she just kind of like saunters away. And
Shoot, go to catering. Get yourself a, I don't know, a chatter or something.
ooh, chata sounds good. No, I need a lamb chop. I'm gonna go. And she gets to the end of the ramp and stands up and goes, wait a minute. She looks back. She realizes that she's been embarrassed, and she goes, and then storms off into the back.
Ichi's gonna look at Alona and be like, that was amazing. You're scary sometimes.
Oh.
And that's great. And she gives her a high five.
Okay. So the wedding in the ring begins. And Fabular begins going over their their message and their whole bit, about how love is not blind, but it sees with eyes that are not here, but here. That love is both a feeling and a commitment. It is knowing and it is knowledge. It is a promise that even when things are bad, you will continue to work together. There's a few wrestling metaphors, like you will body slam your
Oh,
problems. You will tag in when life gets heavy so that you can like death drop your enemies. And everyone's laughing and having a great time. They're giggling. You can see Ginger Lace is crying but also laughing, and she's like covering her face and mouth, but she's so happy to be there. Machismo Max, he is crying from just pure joy. And then suddenly the lights go off and the lights come back. Now, everyone, you see Madame Imperatrice enter the ring with a whiplash and a chair. You each get one action to stop this.
Okay.
Now, by one action, I do include 2 action costs, like casting a spell.
Thanks. That's good. That's good. That helps.
Yeah, you
Um,
get one choice, I guess, is the best way to put that.
Okay. Ah.
I'm going to go with the initiative order before because I feel like there's some hesitancy, but don't worry. Starting off the top, Sidney, what is Alona doing the minute she lays eyes on
I feel
Madame
like she was the
Imperatrice?
most uncertain out of all of us. That's what killed me. Is she's like, and everyone's like, okay, I got a plan. Sydney, you go first.
No, I got it. Okay, so Alona is going to cast Sanctuary on let's see, which one? What's her name? Oh, Ginger Lace. She's gonna cast Sanctuary on Ginger Lace specifically, to ward against Imperatrice. So Ginger Lace can't attack her, but the enemy has to roll to save against the ward, and if they fail, bad things happen. So don't touch her. And just for records, the aura around it is rainbows.
Heck yeah. Oh, that's right. Today's the last day of Pride.
Yeah.
It is the last
yeah.
day of Pride.
I'm so glad we ended Pride with a wedding. Happy Pride, everyone. Okay,
Pride,
so what was the
I
DC
thought
to
you
beat?
did it on purpose.
No, well, I mean, I planned this like
Yeah,
3
you go
weeks
sh-
ago.
You did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take credit where I ain't due. This is a happy accident, just like me. Anyway, so what is the DC to beat?
The DC to beat, I believe it's my spell DC. Yeah, they must do, I think, a will save against my spell DC, so 20 again.
Cool. Okay. Unfortunately, die face 16 plus their will save, they will break through that ward and continue marching on to Ginger Lace first, who is, you can see she's just racking up all of her choices, and she's like, not in this dress. Come on. I look so good. Please don't make me do this. Next up is Ichi.
Yes. Can I use my sudden charge to run and make an attack?
Of course, roll to hit. The number to beat is a
Awesome.
22.
This is with my maul. That is a 27.
Oh no, roll damage.
It's always a good day when I can get my D12s out.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That battle axe energy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So I feel like it's so long since we've done combat. My brain is
It's been a minute.
yeah. So it's my diaphase plus my strength. Did I have some bonus or no?
Normally there's retribution and rage, but in this case
I'm
you're
not
not raging
raging.
and you haven't been hit yet. So
That's
it's good
what it
old
is.
D12 plus your strength modifier.
Yep, that's 8 points of damage.
Yeah. So you crack, and Imperatrice looks, what? Hits and goes reeling. But with a flick of her wrist, and you hear a whoosh, the whip is cracked, and she is now in battle mode. Next up is Woodward.
Is it just the whip in her hand?
A whip and a chair.
Great. I thought I heard chair. Woodward thinks about what happened earlier and then immediately casts electric arc. He'll never tell anybody where he got the idea, but he's definitely going to go for it.
Okay, roll the hit. Or is that a save?
I do get to roll to hit. Ooh, that's close. That's 19, 23.
20.
Yes.
You beat it by one, good sir. Roll damage.
Great. Where is it? 2d4 plus 4. 4. 1, 5, 9 damage from the electric arc.
Oh, yeah. Madame Imperatriz just knocks back 5 feet, drops to her knees. One knee. She is fuming as she's kind of like shakily getting back up. Next up, we have Michael. If I'm reading this right. Yeah, Michael.
Mm.
What are you going to do?
All right. Well, I am going to use. Okay, this action is actually in multiple parts because one thing triggers another. Basically, that's how investigators are built.
Such is the investigator.
Yeah. Why don't you give me the entirety of what you're going to do, and we'll make it one check.
Okay. Well, essentially, I am going to use. He's going to use his device stratagem to basically think ahead,
Mm-hmm.
and going to use his ability of athletic strategist to essentially trip this person. He's basically using his whip across from where her leg is to create kind of a tripwire thing.
Give me, I believe when you do with the stratagem, it's based on your intelligence. So give me that athletics check, but of course with your intelligence bonus instead of your strength bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Number to beat again is 22.
Oh, I'm beating that. Don't worry.
Easily.
It's Rufa. Does he get below 29? I don't know.
If it's a 32, at least it's a dirty crit.
Plus 1 plus. Let's see.
Oh, I want to hear 32. I want to hear it so bad.
Right?
Sadly, it is not a 32. Sadly,
So close.
but it's still pretty high up there.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. It might be. I
feel like you're playing coy with me, Michael.
no, it's not a 32, but it is
Okay.
a 30.
Okay. So it's not a dirty crit, but sure enough, you put it out there and like stepping into a snare trap, it wraps and she butt over tea kettles on her back. Her massive patent leather high-heeled boots up in the air, flat on her back. Shionibus, this is your time to finish this and send Imperatriz out of the ring. What are you going to do?
You said she's on her back?
She's on her back, legs in the air, whip and chair akimbo.
And then I kick her, sir. This wasn't part of my plan. I had a plan. No, it's gone. It's fine. Let's just.
What was your plan before? Maybe we can make it work.
Oh, it was. Well, she's already on her back. It won't work because if she was down on like one knee, she's gonna like aim for like the MCL.
Ooh.
Ooh, my knees.
That's so mean.
Oh, technically speaking, you can still do that.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd rather just throw her out.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's career ending. Did you hear about all those poor people who took an arrow to the knee?
Or a D4.
Sidney, you got a hero point.
Yes!
Entire goal.
You're cheap for puns, PJ, and you know it.
I referenced a meme from our Discord, and she gets the hero point?
Hit me with that meme, good sir. Hit me that meme one more time.
I
What
did.
was it?
D4. It was.
Oh, that's
there's
right. No, that's right. I was so busy giving her the hero point for that. You know what? I got to give you the hero point as well.
I sang Grease earlier.
That's true. Now, we all get here.
Fine,
Okay,
fine.
guys.
Everybody.
You all get a
10
hero point.
At
Cool.
10,
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Everyone do the dance and song for the GM.
Yes, yes.
Da-da-da-da,
Dance, my
da-da-da.
friends. Dance for my affection
I
and
thought
validation.
yes. 10:30 was where we were supposed to have the Q&A where we air our grievances, and we all would have come up with, I deserve a hero point.
Whoa, air grievances. I thought it was just going to be questions.
Well, it's a hero point's a serious deal, PJ.
That's fair. That's fair. Yes, yes, Kylie.
Natural 20.
Oh.
Tell me the tale of how you remove this blight from the ring.
So she's going to march right over there. By the way, she took off that bow tie and was like, screw this. And then like 3 buttons, like Ocean's 11. Ian, thank you. Like rocking it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she doesn't do no bow tie. And so she's gonna like march over there, like grab her ankle and like drag her to the edge. Like, I didn't get to have my wedding, and you're not gonna mess up someone else's. Yeet.
Okay.
And, like into the bleachers. Like, I'm not having it.
I'm giving you a hero point for that reference.
Yes.
She, Team Rocket style, blasts off again as you yeet it like it's empty, just, and it sails to the back. And everyone is laughing and cheering, and they don't know who you are, but they're just chanting your names. And Fabular basically gives you all the microphone to shout who you are to the audience. This moment of like, yes, please, like, know the names of the people who just saved this wedding.
Hands it to Alona first.
Alona holds the thing. Guys, did we decide on a team name? We never did.
No.
Would have
We
been
are-
really handy now.
Well, we
What
are
if-
in
Do not say.
Ichi
situation.
steps.
What do they call that? Itchy. We are a faction, right? At
Don't
this
call
point?
yourselves the faction. That's taken.
No, we are a faction. A faction.
A faction.
We are a faction. Isn't that right? That's a
Ichi-
wrestling term.
Steps up to Alona and kind of leans over to the mic and says, "We have here the illustrious Alona!" And she listens for the cheers of the crowd. And then she points to Woodward and she says, followed up by Wreck-It Woodward. Woodward. And then to Rufa, right here in this corner is Rockin' Rufa.
Oh my god.
And then double fingers at Chill Chionabis because she seems chill, but she'll beat you up. And together, you decide what our names are. Oh, and Mush!
Hey, Mush! There's a little there's a little badger just like nose pawing the air, stands up and just like, pets his face, and he's like,
With our powers combined, we avoid copyright.
yep.
Pick a name for us.
Like in my head, I've just been calling you guys the legends. I don't know what the chat wants to call you, but please give these people a group name. They don't have one. We've done 50 episodes and they don't have a group name yet.
Have come up with that.
I said Korgos' friends, and no one liked it.
I wonder why.
I feel like it should be Cortos and Friends.
Yes. What if we're like a band name like Ichi and like the Wonderettes or something?
I'll
And
take the
others.
Wonderettes. Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so the crowd loses it. They're chanting your names as best they can. The wedding goes off without a hitch. They give their vows in front of all the gods of Azmacon, all the dragons of the temple, and all the warriors in the ring. As they kiss to signify they're joining in one, it has a gold band is literally forged there on the spot and then clipped so that it forms to their hands. It's not burning. It's cool at this point, but it's clipped just the right point in time. So as it's cooling, it's basically like a cuff that will always be there. They kiss, and suddenly a fleet of doves fly by, and you see petals of lilies and just a beautiful purple and white and yellow petals just drop from the sky. Um, Ginger is tears of joy crying, and she's saying, I've smudged my makeup. And Machismo Max is just kind of like pulling the tear from her eyelid, saying, you're still as pretty as the day I met you. He picks her up in his arms, and they leave the ring together. Two exotico wrestlers married, and the entire locker room is just cheering them on. It's at that point in time that Fabular smiles, yes, 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 grabs the tearaway robe, rips it off. She's in her ring attire as Katrina Vile's music plays. She jumps in the ring, gets loosened up, high fives her tag partner, and the match begins. In a few short minutes, you see an amazing display of feminine strength and warrior power as Princess Bashley and Slamantha fight Katrina Vile and Fabular. There's tags, there's tag maneuvers. It's just this wonderful thing. Eventually, the legal person to pin for the win is Katrina Vile, and Slamantha is in the ring, and she hit her with her signature move called the Wham Bam Thank You Slam, and she hits her with it. She goes for the pin like your instincts would after you hit your finishing move. Suddenly, Princess Bashley comes running in the ring, screaming. She grabs Slamantha, pulls her off Katrina Vile, slaps her, and starts screaming about how this is her win. She walks over to Katrina Vile and puts her big boot right on the shoulder and makes this pose like, look at me, I'm so great. And Slamantha just stares at her. It's like a small golf clap. And rage settles in as Slamantha just pounces on Princess Bashley, sets her up for the Wham Bam Thank You Slam, wham, and knocks her cold out with a diving power bomb off the flat ground. Princess Bashley is unconscious as Slamantha grabs Katrina Vile and throws her on top for the pin. Katrina comes to during the 1-2-3 count, hooks the leg at the last second as Princess Bashley is about to fight, and the initial call is made. Win by pinfall, Katrina Vile. And as this happens, Fabular enters the ring. Katrina Vile gets up and high fives her teammate, and then looks at Slamantha with hesitation and trepidation. And then a coy smile breaks across her face as she offers a hand over to Slamantha, who takes it, and all three ladies raise their hand in triumph. It's at this point that they announce that they are making an all-women's powerhouse wrestling stable, and they're going to be recruiting women in the back for it. And then Slamantha grabs a microphone and says, oh, and Princess, no bitches allowed. She throws a microphone at her and kicks her out of the ring. Princess is just tears and, oh my God. Like if Beverly Hills was a person having a breakdown. Also, I apologize for any misogynistic language. But that's what happens as after the wedding, this announces not only has Fabular joined your cause, but so has Katrina Vile and Slamantha. They are now fighting on Team Ichi.
Amazing.
Woodward leans over to Rufa and says, yeah, this is just like a third wedding. I just wish I had a ref. It just ends it there.
Oh man, Ian, do we want to tell them that idea we had for that one?
Oh
shot?
yeah, totally. Go for it.
Okay. So as I'm writing this down, and this will probably be the last announcement before we go into the Q&A. So a long time ago, we had an amazing hype train from you Absolute Legends. We absolutely love you for it. And I said the title of a one-shot, The Merry Wives of Woodward. And it's kind of always been there in the ether. You know, Raw's Rave Party happened. You know, Pets of Legend is going to happen, but Pets of Legend can't happen until the Green War is over for reasons that will become clear when the Green War is over. But the Merry Wives of Woodward has always been kind of in the air. So sometime around the end of the year, we're going to have a charity one-shot where myself and Ian will be co-GMing the Merry Wives of Woodwort. So look forward to that. Everyone here will be playing a wife of Woodwort, and I will be the antagonist. And we will switch off taking turns to who's GMing for that hour, me or Ian, as I am basically doing PvP against everyone in the party. As well,
It's
you'll
gonna
see when we
be a
get there.
lot of fun.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be, dude. I have no idea we're gonna pull this off, but I'm looking forward
no.
to this.
Yeah, we'll figure it
Be great.
out.
This is what happened when you get a bunch of theater kids together.
Yeah. No, I mean I have the utmost confidence in our ability and skill.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna have
Easy
to sit
day.
down and make this.
Nailed it, Ian. Nailed it.
So the wedding is over. The tag match is over. The all-female powerhouse stable has been announced. General Adelidas, who is fresh off a win against the Shepherd of Shabalba, is invited. She joins, and she's super excited to be a part of this group, as well as a few other female wrestlers. And some, of course, they invite Pangolina. She is, of course, the future of Lucha. Now, the last thing before we get into the Q&A, you're in the back. You're celebrating this amazing moment. There's like one more match before the end of the day, and then the next day will be your final match, Sam. You're about to get ready for the jobber match against Human Harry. And as you do, suddenly you hear the sound of dripping water, kind of like what you heard back at the temple underground. This one seems heavier, like almost like ink. And then suddenly this cold, wet, long-fingered hand finds its way into your mouth and the back of your tongue, grabs you by your jaw, and starts pulling you backwards, head over shoulders. You all see a tall, long woman wearing this white lace wedding dress with this long white lace mask over her face, long, black, wet, stringy hair, grow out of a puddle, grab this weird hold on her jaw and start pulling her back into the water. And you just see this inky black water flooding from Ichi's mouth like she's trying to be drowned. This is all happening in a second. Before you can respond, suddenly you hear an unusual sound. And as Ichi is just, screaming like you do when the water is in your mouth, suddenly you hear this voice. And it says, I will fly from the lily pad of justice like my father before me. And then slam! You hear the crushing sound of body upon body, meat upon meat, as La Llorona, who is trying to bring you into her puddle of doom and drown you, gets crashed by a form. Breaking free from her hold, you see this little silver body move like a bullet and just pounce at her, cracking her to the ground. And she starts to retreat into her puddle, and this form just starts kicking. And as she runs away in this little puddle of water and flees, you look and you see a familiar face. Pepe. And he turns and he says, La Rana de Hierro too is here. Because family never abandons family.
Woodward is in actual tears.
I got chills.
Yeah.
Yep. Just crying.
Rufa breathes a sigh of relief, realizing he's not going to lose the money he bet.
Oh my god.
And that is where we are going to end episode 50. As Pangolina has survived her I Quit match, thrived in her I Quit match against El Jaguar, as Pepe has come back from his spiritual journey and has donned the mantle of his late father and has become La Rana de Hierro 2. As a wedding between two exotical wrestlers, a strong and powerful gay wrestler by the name of Machismo Max, and a beautiful drag warrior named Ginger Lace is now official in the eyes of all the dragons, the gods, and the warriors of the temple. As a chair that crackles with the storm of the gods is in the hands of a tiny dwarf, almost called you dwarf, druid, and as two attempts on Ichi's life has been fended off. When we come back next week, it will be the official day of reckoning. It will be Ichi versus El Azul Kukui for the title in the 9 Hells in a Cell face-off match. No holds barred, hardcore. All members of your alliance will be present at the ring, and you're going to see who has been recruited by Azul Kukui herself. Until that time, we are going to open the floor up to 30 minutes of Q&A because, as I said, this is the 50th episode. This is our special treat to you, and at the end of this Q&A, we are going to see who wins the bags. Who wins the bags? So I'm going to now jump back in the chat. If you guys have any questions, comments, lore dumps, behind-the-scenes stuff, please have fun. This is our gift to you. Well, come on in.
PJ,
Mhm.
I got up the first one. That move you had her do, was that the mandible claw?
It was the mandible claw. So glad you know that. It was the mandible claw. Because, like, when you're making these amazing characters, I'm like, how do I take, like, wrestling moves and how do I turn them supernatural? Because La Llorona, the lady of the waters who drowns me, she's a
Don't say
nightmare
her
figure.
name. Don't say her name.
I know.
It's been at least 3 times already. I don't know if
Yes.
that counts, but I just don't want it to happen.
Look, I've also named the boogeyman a handful of times, and that's dumb of me. But, like,
Sure.
you know, I mean, if anything, all 3 of them are gonna kill me in my sleep. But that's the price I pay.
Maybe they haven't because they're fighting over who gets to do it.
Yeah.
So you should keep that up, you know?
I like that.
Yeah,
Switch it like
but-
weekly. Who you
Yeah,
said?
just keep finding a new person.
You
You know,
looking
like
into
you're a murderer.
I listen. I feel bad about that.
Look, it's okay. I referred to my partner as a makeup person, lady. I forgot. Like,
Yeah, that
it's
happened.
it's one thing to say. It's one thing to have trouble saying an old Nordic word for a snake of the world. It's another when you can't even name your partner's profession.
Can you say it, PJ?
Esthetician.
The other one.
Oh yeah, Jorgenmander.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you-
you
and you-
overcomplicated it.
And if you want it in like the most closest authentic I can do, it'd be like Jorgenmandir. I think you roll your R's in that language. Yeah. Oh, and most V's are actually THs. Like it's probably pronounced Ulthen and not Odin, but
Oh.
Linguistics. Love
I
it.
think
Reap
Reap
Psyche gave us a
the first
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
But I was
Psyche.
watching Kai's Wonderful Life on TikTok live earlier. She had playlist for Shionibus. Any others of you have a playlist for your characters?
Okay.
Ian?
So I've been given this homework for 50 episodes now. And I definitely haven't done a lick of it. I think there was one song I put into our chat a while ago. And I'm just gonna say it's probably that on repeat. Which is a cover of Thunderstruck by Steven and the Seagulls. Excellent cover.
Great song. First of all, Thunderstruck itself is classic, and if you can continue that essence and put your spin on it, like
Well, honestly, it would probably be anything from there on out that Iron Horse produces. If you're not familiar with that bluegrass band, go check them out.
Does anyone else have a playlist?
I don't have a playlist, but I was just trying to think of what music I would put with other people's characters. And the
Oh.
first,
Give it to me.
yeah, so like the first thing I thought of was like Alona and like Florence and the Machine. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I thought Rufa and like the kind of like jazz music that they put in the Cowboy Bebop intro.
Yes.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Yes.
That's actually really good.
And
Yeah.
Shionibus would be like dramatic instrumental orchestras that like
Is that-
sound very regal, but then all of a sudden they're like, is someone killing a dragon right now? Like
It's like that dark royal aesthetic, but in music.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I get you.
Exactly. And Woodward, some bluegrass.
Yeah, it's a
Good
classic. You
bluegrass.
just have to go with it.
I really wanted you to be like Cotton Eye Joe.
Just on repeat.
But
But
like
just the chorus.
but like the
Oh.
heavy like speed trance remix. I have been making playlists for NPCs and have some songs for other NPCs. So if you all want, if you say the NPC you want to know, I'll give you either their song or playlist, depending on how much time I've had. Because I've been doing this since like episode 9, because I'm bored and I got a Spotify account.
Because I think I remember like around our early teen episodes.
Mhm.
That was actually in our group chat. We've actually posted up that hey, let's do a promo with a playlist, our character playlist and everything.
I
I
have
think-
volunteered to make playlists and put them all together for y'all, and I've gotten squat, except PJ, who gave me Elenu's.
Aw, that's so nice.
I actually have mine all done, and also they're arranged from Rufa's past to his current circumstances. I did my homework.
Oh yeah,
Very
dude.
good.
There are songs for NPCs that are like speaks about who they are right now, speaks who they are in season 5. Like
Oh.
so like for example,
my
the
God.
chat
got
said
that future vision.
Yeah.
dude, I have way too much planned for the future. I have this entire show for 5 seasons, 3 3 side arcs, and I have 3 spin-off shows, maybe 4 spin-off shows that we can do. But you know what? The first thing I want to do is just tell this story because I love what we're doing. With that being said, so you asked about Tobias Raphaelis's playlist. Effie Burton. So Tobias Raphaelis, the first song on his playlist is well, these are a lot of spoilers. I'm just gonna go with Big Balls by AC/DC.
Damn it.
So I'm skipping around a bit. Big Balls by AC/DC, Like a Boss from the Lonely Island.
Ah!
This is gonna be
That
so
summed him up.
Sexy and I Know It by LMFAO.
Ugh,
Yep.
I'm so
Of
mad.
course.
Tracks.
Of course.
How did you make me hate him more?
Thought we
Now-
had reached the limit.
Now and then everything else is a spoiler, but I will give you this because you will probably hear him say this in his prayer. There's a song by a band called Nothing More called The Few Not Fleeting.
Ooh,
And everything else is a spoiler, so I'm not going to say that.
nice.
Beautiful.
Before Effie Burton asked about Tobias, he also asked for those of us who came in late, and started watching late, how did it start? How did all the PCs get together in episode 1? Which is an interesting story because actually Ichi didn't join us until what was your first episode, Sam?
20th.
It was before
It was a-
Daltonshire.
It was a
Yeah.
while, actually.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was. Kylie's right. It was
Yeah.
just before Dalton Shire. Because I want to say she had 2 episodes of Ichi, and then we threw her right in the deep
Mhm.
end.
Yep.
Because it
and
was in
then
the middle
was
when I was
Spooky.
trying to get away from fires.
Yes.
I think it
And-
The
was
end of
around, like,
September.
25 to early 30s episodes number wise.
Right.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't even know how the PCs got together at the first episode because I wasn't there.
There was a boat.
Yeah. I
And
will
then-
say
Oh?
this.
Oh,
Oh,
there
I'm sorry.
was.
Yeah, Luna, keep going. Sydney, keep going.
Oh,
Please.
I was just saying there was a boat, there was a siege on a very small town, and we all kind of banded together.
Cobbledale.
Cobbledale.
Mhm.
There was a
Ye
siege
olde
on
town
Cobbledale
Cobbledale.
by the Green Army, and we all kind of banded together because the Green Army attacked this town, and for some reason, of course, we were the adventurers that were going to go figure out what was going on. We actually met Morel that first episode too. So Morel is the
Right.
that's been with us from the beginning.
There was a lot of
Yeah.
talk of lawns and shortcut
Yeah.
grass from Iodex, and it is the origin of the Bun Boys.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
is.
It
Yeah.
is. I almost
Also-
died.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Also,
Shunibus
Ruth-
almost died because she fell off of a edge. And
Yeah,
we just
number
watched
one.
about her
Twice.
dying by falling.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Also,
Yeah, it was on a
we'll-
cliff and she missed the water. I want to know. This is a
I missed-
cliffside town and she missed the water.
It was
I
a
missed
90-foot
the
drop at
stair.
level 1.
No.
I wanted to do something really cool, and I rolled a
Mhm.
nat 1, and that cool thing turned to death.
Yeah.
Which I mean is arguably a cool thing.
So I guess you could argue that the rest of the party is just the first responders who met Shionibus.
Basically.
Why,
What were
why
you
do you
trying to
think
say, Michael?
Rufa gave Chonobus that little
Hey.
talisman?
Hey,
Yep.
hey.
Yep. That's why.
Hold up, none of you
Exactly why.
found me. Anubis is like, yo, it's not your time yet, homie. Like,
Yeah.
go back.
Oh yeah, that was actually really scary.
Yeah.
That was actually really scary because that was again first episode into this as a player, and the god speaks directly to. We're like,
Yeah.
we have no idea what we're getting into.
I have you all know I've never played a TTRPG until then, and so having a character almost die first episode, what a way
Wow.
to start.
It was also one of my favorite kills where Rufa teamed up with Woodward and we collapsed a freaking tower on like over what 30 orcs.
Right.
Oh,
Was
that's
Yeah,
the
that was
episode
later,
where we
'cause
met
I
No,
was
no,
there
that
for
was
that.
later because Sam was there for that.
Yeah.
I actually remember the first episode Ichi was in. It was the Siege of Mathun, and that was
Oh
yeah, and that was the episode you guys met Ielanu Obinrin as she basically came in surfing a griffin that she just killed in the sky. Yeah, that was when you
Yep.
first joined the team.
And
I think-
Alona or and Sydney, what did you say when I remember this vaguely when Ichi was like, "Wow, she's pretty," and you said something like, "Are we all gay?"
Yes. Yes,
And the
we
answer was
are.
yes.
I love that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we actually have another
Yeah.
question that's also good, and it says, "How did you all first meet?" And I'm guessing that's in person.
Ooh.
Funny
So I met Sydney about 30 feet outside of the front door. We got together by PJ, who wrangled up the first people for the game. I've known PJ for a lot longer than that. I've LARPed with Kylie, but we didn't really know each other. I met Michael 31 feet away from where I met Sydney. And then
Wait,
Is
we're
that
at
an
this door.
additional 31 feet, or is
no,
that like
no, it's like if we met 30
One-
feet outside the door, I was right inside the door and I met Michael.
Got
And
it.
then Sam, we also LARPed together for a while,
Yeah.
right? And I think that wraps it up. But I met PJ.
Yeah,
I think
Oh,
PJ's
I'll
the
tell
common
you.
denominator, right?
PJ,
Right, yeah.
How many years, Ian?
Mhm.
so I
5.
a little
4 or 5.
more, not too far off. So I first moved to California from the East Coast in 2012 because I thought it was gonna be the end of the world, and I kind of laughed at that. I want to say I met you at Dice House Games
Right.
in Orange County,
In Orange
Fullerton,
County.
in 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
At the time, you didn't have a
Oh,
beard.
man.
You were just a little. I mean, I was also
Yeah.
a little.
No,
You're all
no
little.
beard, short hair.
Mhm,
I looked completely different than I do now.
No.
I need pictures.
Oh, it's my
Pictures
driver's
Discord.
license.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
is that your
Horrible.
driver's license?
It's his driver's license photo.
He showed
Yeah.
it off before.
That's how I first met him. Kudos to Paizo because the first time I met him was because of Pathfinder First Edition. I was alone living off of like Exxon Mobil food, and I was like, you know what? I have too much free time doing the struggling actor thing and part-time personal trainer. Let's do some Pathfinder. And I saw this Dice House Games was like, who wants to run a game? Oh, there's Ian without a beard.
Wow, who is he?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That was the Ian that I met back in 2014. I would say.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Not the same person.
And now for something completely different.
And that was
Um,
yeah. Ugh. I mean, at least when I don't have a beard on, I still look like me, but like just a weird version of me.
A weird
Yeah.
version.
You're always a
Um,
weird version of you, PJ.
shucks.
But wait, so Michael, did I only meet you through this, or did I meet you before?
No,
I can't remember.
We met through Blank Slate, I
Oh,
believe.
obviously. Oh my god.
Yeah,
of
we met
course.
through
Okay.
another mutual friend of ours, Ryan.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
Yeah, and that's also how I met PJ, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
because we met talking backstage of Blank Slate about all kinds of stuff, and we actually had that one improv wrestling episode where we were fighting a whole bunch of people on and off.
I'm still mad they
Um,
didn't let us I didn't let you put me through a table. I wanted that so bad. I
I-
wanted to go through a table.
I am down, but we did not have the safe space to do
True.
that
I
in.
think
and
I
was like, we
remember
gotta-
being incredibly nervous. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh no.
I remember
I've
walking to
taken that
space. I'm like,
bump
bro,
before.
there's no way we can do this table bit.
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But other than that, Sidney, I only met here, and then we only saw each other in person like one time
One
because
time.
of the pandemic. Like, let's go hang out like
Yeah.
soon.
Yes,
Because we
Um,
can now.
mhm.
I know.
Oh, we
Oh
got
my
another
God.
question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Grebo Lightbrush posted, do any of you cosplay as your characters?
Uh,
I do.
Getting there.
Getting there?
Getting
Are
there.
you which outfit are you working on? The one that's in the picture or a different one?
A little bit of both. It'll be a little sprinkle of
Oh.
both.
Ooh.
PJ,
Yeah.
you'll know what the second one is, but PJ will only be the one that knows about the second one.
Oh.
But the OG one is the one for all of our character designs and whatnot that I will be having commissioned from a friend. So
That's amazing.
I bought the materials for Rufa, and I'm actually working on making his weapon, his whip, chain whip.
Cool.
Nice. I don't. I mean, aside from like the GM art we've had made of me, I don't know how else to cosplay.
You
like
could get Morel going.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Someone get that man a hooded robe for his GM costume.
Yeah,
But
I
that
mean,
bald
you
cap
could
from the
always
80s.
role play Tobias, PJ.
I'm okay not doing that.
yes.
I've got a great skull mask saved on Etsy. And I've just
Ooh.
been like, it looks literally just like in the photo, it looks just like our art. So I'm just like, and I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. I gotta do it.
Yeah,
Nice.
man.
Yeah,
Now-
I know.
Great.
Mhm.
After we released our characters, and I'm just excited that the cosplay version of this, I'm now the druid instead of the wizard I originally came to the table with,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, have we talked
which
about
would have been an issue. So,
I did not know this.
yeah, I did show up, and there was a joke because I only filled out half of my character sheet that I ended up playing Jim Jam the wizard, and he only had a backpack. That was
That's it.
I ran around with a very long beard and nobody asked me questions. And it was because I never filled out the rest of my character sheet before I played the first game. But with Wood War, basically I need a really good pair of overalls and
I
a hat.
got you.
Yeah.
Oh,
And just put some shoes
Tractors
on your
Company,
knees.
Let's go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Did anyone like watch Adventure Time like back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
When Ian was describing his wizard, all I could think of was damn nose.
The Ice King, the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even the Ice King. There's another one, but it's like the beard and it like covers his whole body and like I'll find a picture.
I'm
That's
gonna
all
try
I
to
can think
figure
of.
it out.
Sam knows exactly what I'm talking about. I
I
don't
do.
know the
You
character's
could tell.
name.
I don't remember either, but yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
EJ, you got
Mhm.
a question. If you had to pick one NPC to cosplay, who would it be?
Mm-hmm.
That for all of us?
No, just for PJ.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. The one who plays
That-
all the NPCs.
That is really tough. Because I love a lot of the NPCs, including NPCs you guys haven't even met yet. Uh,
10,000 Torino.
Yeah.
Look, 10,000 Trueno is awesome. In fact, his theme song, the song that inspired me to make him was a song called by Beetroots and Jet. If you remember Jet from like early 2000s, they're back and they're good. The song is called My Name is Thunder, and it's so hype. But that's not the point. No, if I had to cosplay as any of the NPCs, that's
Without restriction on like what you physically look like, because that's what
Yeah.
throws it in there. Just like
Yeah.
if anything was possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if anything was possible, I think then I would want to look like Morel or members of the Platinum Hammer you haven't met yet.
Mm.
Ooh.
Teaser.
I can't tell you, it's gonna ruin the surprise.
Effie Burton's asking, how did the Jeremy thing start? And also wants to know the Jeremy playlist.
Oh my god.
Okay,
I
so
love Jeremy.
I
How
already
did
got a playlist for him.
how the Jeremy thing started. So before we all met and did this, the first person that ever actually gave me a chance was a friend of mine from another game I did, which is the Legend of Zelda game I ran for 5th edition. We had dungeon dives, puzzles, monster fights, whatever. And the idea of the Legend of Zelda campaign was that they would basically like Doctor Who, they jump into a different universe of Legend of Zelda. Some that were canonical games, some I made up that were a lot of fun and whatever. And every universe had a guy named Jeremy because I just didn't want to come up with an NPC for everything. And I thought, how hilarious would it be if there was a Jeremy in every universe? And it became a running joke. And then
Mhm.
it grew and it is part of the gap content between season 3 and season 4. So I'm not going to spoil this for you, but it grew and it's really funny. And so I made it a thing that Jeremy is the most popular name in our world as an NPC. There's Jeremys everywhere, and they're all this kind of like, just like, I'll do it for money, kind of like lame jobber NPC type of person.
I'm envisioning the Council of Ricks at this point.
Oh my god.
Right.
I love it. I love it so much.
And I kind of want to say,
episode 1.
for the playlist, could it just be Chumbawamba on repeat?
I get knocked down, but I get up again. Cause never gonna keep. Yeah, I think Tub Thumpin' has to be their theme song. And I'm
hear
down
me
for
out.
it.
Edgy Clerics in
Hear me
chat.
out.
Oh, Edgy Cleric, so
Subscribe.
great to see you, friend.
Mambo number 5.
Hey.
Ooh, mhm.
Also,
Ooh.
I posted in our group chat who that picture for
It makes me
Ian.
so mad because
Oh.
it's so correct. And it literally, the character's name on the show was Wizard. So
Oh, do you want me to let you guys know? I'll give you guys kind of a spoiler on one of the songs on my Rufa playlist.
What's that?
It's Bruno Mars's Uptown Funk, but it's a cover played by the traditional Chinese instrument called a guangqin, which is
Nice.
basically, it's kind of like a long, oh god, it's like a string instrument that you play on your lap. It was in was it Kung Fu Hustle with assassins? That's the
Yeah.
weapon they used.
And they yeah. Oh gosh, what is that called? Not the sitar. That's the up one. It's-
the guangqin.
Thank you. You said it already. What the hell am I doing? Thank you. Yes. Ooh, funny thing. Eventually, we're gonna go to Oriyasu, which is if you will, it's kind of like a Japanese adjacent country.
Mhm.
And there's a what's what I'm looking for? A kind of town ritual, town fair they have. And the inspiration for this came from a music video. You can find it on YouTube, done by an all authentic Japanese drum band and other Japanese authentic instruments. Yeah, taiko. I think it's called Drum Tao. Drum Tao is the name of the group. And they had this Japanese singer come in, and they're doing the coolest cover of High Hopes by Panic at the Disco with all authentic Japanese folk instruments, and it is powerful and it is beautiful and it is communal, and it's just like, that's what I'm talking about.
That is cool.
Effie Burton asked a really funny question. PJ, what season of the show is this?
I'm glad you asked. This is season 1. We've been in season 1 for 50 episodes and a year.
Long time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And season 2, I don't want to give away spoilers, but I've already planned all 5 seasons and at least 3 or 4 like bridge arcs and other stuffs. So
PJ's mind is an amazing place. It's
It never
expansive. The world building, the
Honestly,
creativity. Wow.
Like it's not even,
879 episodes later.
yes.
season 2.
No, the crazy thing is that it's true. PJ's mind is just like this most beautiful, incredible thing, and he's not gonna like us complimenting him that much because you can't take it. But you can because
can't
you're
take
strong
it.
in your mind, and
you're good at what you do.
Yes.
It is always good to hear those things from people I adore, so it really means a lot to me. Thank you, guys.
Plus, you did bring us all together. I
Mhm.
mean, Kylie and I met sitting next to each other, similarly to how Ian and I met, sitting next to each other on a bed in an apartment of someone we didn't know prior to this. And we were just sitting there, and Kylie was wearing Hufflepuff colors, and I think I was wearing my Hufflepuff sweatshirt, or
like you
maybe we
were.
just talked about it. And we learned we were Hufflepuffs, and that's how
Aw.
it started.
And then it blossomed from there.
Yeah. So
Gee,
yeah. What's up? No,
I was gonna
Rufo,
say,
what's
I
up?
have a question for the group, if
Ooh.
that's allowed.
Ah.
Sure, of course.
I'm kind of curious. If you weren't playing the class that you're playing now, what would it be? And also, I'm putting you, PJ, into this. If if you had to make a character for your game, say one of us decides to GM, what would it be
Ooh.
in that hypothetical instance?
Oh.
I'm torn. My pretty much across all systems, my favorite class is a fighter. Just because they're good, you can make them good at anything.
Mhm.
It's just, I don't know what I want to do. I'll play a fighter, and now this time I'm very good at archery. But with the world and the gods, and specifically, we have, when I think about it, we have religion covered as far as the gods of like the major Astrogenicon. I desperately want to play a sorcerer who is somehow tied to the Eldritch gods.
Mm.
That dark edge beyond that I know is we can traverse, but it has to be done through story, and I think that would be awesome.
PJ, Ian, there is an archetype now called Eldritch Researcher.
Yeah, and
What?
this is actually something I think Sidney and I have talked about this once. I think it came up when we were hanging out. Was just like, what would we play outside of this? And I was like, oh, a sorcerer by far would be one of those things because you can claim your dark powers from anywhere, which makes it super cool to put into a game because then the GM is usually like, oh yeah,
Hag is
pick
so
this
OP.
creepy person off in the back corner.
Hag Bloodline is so OP.
Dude, we just did 4 weeks talking about the sorcerer, and at the table, like they are the most versatile, creative, in-depth casting class I've ever seen in 2E. It is
Mhm.
dumb
Right.
how great they are. But also, I want to say this. There's a lot of little surprises and Easter eggs from the first Dalton Shire. And also, Kylie, technically, Lucinda never died on
Technically?
camera.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That shimmy. Yes.
Yes. Y'all, if anyone in this chat has not seen our October mini series, basically our series of one shots for October, highly recommend that you go back and watch those, or at least watch the recaps, because there's a lot.
I
And-
survived for 15 minutes.
Yes. Ian straight up
Got
died.
murked in an alley.
It was brutal. And
Sad.
also, like, again, with PJ being so good at what he does, like, I was not blindsided, but a little bit like, oh, he can use this power for evil.
I was amazed. I survived 3 episodes
You
the
did
entire time on
amazing.
2 HP.
It was
That's how it
amazing.
lives.
To
That
this
is what
day,
it
I
is.
am still so bitter that I had my HP wrong for that. And you would have, Michael, I will have murked you to like -20 if I had counted correctly.
Oh
Bummer.
In that
bummer.
first episode?
That first episode with my orc, to this day, bitter.
Bitter.
Anyway,
But what about you, Kylie? Other than the ranger that you have now, what other class would you played in this world?
so I was actually talking to Ian about this earlier. I would do a Paladin Oathbreaker
Mm.
but make it like X avatar of a god.
Whoa.
It's the Oathbreaker. Yeah.
Damn.
Or given I played Persephone earlier in one of our one shots, it's Ra's Rave Party. If you have time, it's on YouTube. It's a lot of fun. Playing a war cleric, the
Oh, yeah.
best, coolest thing. So
Oh,
those
yeah.
are probably like my 2 tops. So paladin or a cleric.
Yeah.
Sid.
Oh, well, before I get to that, I do want to jump in because it is 11 o'clock p.m.
Yeah.
And I just got an email saying that our giveaway officially ended. So if you did enter, now I get to draw who it gets the things.
Exciting.
Yes. So I know people come and go. So please, if you hear us in the chat, mention your name. Please contact us. What's a good way for them to contact us? Should we just look for the chat?
They can message us on Twitter because that was one of the big things that we had is people follow us on Twitter. So you can message us on Twitter, but we also have your email as well. So we will be emailing you if you do win. So just in case you're not watching the stream and you end up winning. But drum roll, please. The first person to win the Green Dragon dice bag is
Oh, I like that. Green
Cameron Johnson from Hyperactive Studios.
Ooh.
Hyperactive, awesome.
Awesome.
I know you guys. That's so cool.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Cameron. You win this very awesome. I don't
Ooh,
know.
a bell.
You can win this. You get this guy right here. It is leather. It is amazing. It's hand stitched. you're gonna win all of the thingies, and you
My
get
favorite
this
color.
from
Yeah.
Cognitive Merchant, and it's
So
wonderful.
good.
So yay!
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Yeah. Scales fleeced from the salty hide of Yorgomat himself during his campaign in the northern rain that failed. Though salty his vengeance may be, his skin is very fresh and soft, and patent leather, handcrafted and hand cared for. Nothing holds your dice better than the skin of the saltiest god of vengeance the dragons ever made.
He moisturizes.
He does in the salt waters of the north.
Eat. And the second person, drumroll please. The second person to win this brown dragon dice bag is Stephanie Ingmeyer from Snowing Ingmeyer on Twitch. So Stephanie, if you're watching this, congratulations. You have won this amazing handmade leather dice bag by Cosmic.
Congrats.
Thank you so much. We'll be emailing you, and thank you for following us on Twitch. Look how fiery and amazing that looks. It's so fancy. It's handmade
Shiny.
leather. It's so pretty, and it smells really good. I just like the smell of leather. But yes, congratulations.
Nice.
That was our giveaway, folks. Thank you so much, Cognitive Merchant, for donating the dice bags. And thank you for being inspired by our level 5 hype train today and offering to donate more. It really means a lot. You're a lovely friend and human. And thank you so much. And guys, if you did not win a dice bag, it is totally okay. Just check out Cognitive Merchant's Etsy shop.
Mhm.
They have amazing things. They have chokers, they have dice bags, and they have things that you can even commission yourself. So if you like their work and you like leather work and need more accessories for D&D or otherwise, or Pathfinder or TTRPGs, please go follow them on Etsy. Check out their stuff.
Thank you so much, Sidney, and thank you so much, all you legends in the chat, for tuning in every Wednesday night. And it's just, we said this the first time, June 10th of 2020, when the world was on fire for very good reasons, and we're going to keep saying it until the last time the book is closed and the bookmark is tossed away. Thank you for being legends right along with us. So until next time, I will see you same Nat time, same Nat channel, and I cannot wait for the stories we can tell together here on Nat 20 Productions. We're gonna raid. Who the heck are we raiding? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm pulling this out of my butt.
Wait, we need to say our goodbyes, PJ.
Yes,
It's
we do.
It's been 50 episodes.
Look,
Yeah,
what
they
do you
know
want
by
from me?
now.
Fine. We,
What do you want from me?
we threw him off his rhythm.
Boom, orange juice. That's life.
I was over on the bench.
I was over on the bench. I was so mad because I wanted to do a whole like montage of me at the gym going, I was over on the bench. I was over on the bench. And then someone did that and I sent it to Kylie. I'm like, they stole my idea. Anyway, let's do some goodbyes. Let us start off with Mr. Michael Powell. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, as always, I am the dastardly dashing Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social media, which is at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO, or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff like my YouTube channel called Fantastic Tales of Adventure. And you can also find me on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Toyzilla Network. I'm on a show called Toyzilla Live, where we talk about new toy news and a lot of nostalgia stuff. It's a lot of fun, and I hope to see you there.
Heck yeah. Next up, Sam, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello. I'm Sam Sterling, and you can find me at Hey Sam Sterling all over the internet places. This was a great 50th episode. I'm so happy to play this game with you guys, and I'll keep on doing it for unlimited episodes to come. And yeah, let's see. Do I have anything to plug? Oh, I did an interview with a friend over on another Twitch channel, and it just VOD just went up. So if you didn't see it, check out that_D'Angelo DE Angel O on Twitch, and we just chat about gaming and identity and all sorts of cool stuff. And he's fantastic. Go give him a follow. So that's all for me. Yep.
All right. Kylie, please tell us who you are, where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life pretty much all over the internet. I make TikToks. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm in our Discord. I don't do a lot of talking in our Discord, but that's okay. When I'm not here with these amazing people, I am on two other, I almost said Disney, D&D streams. I'm really nailing it.
Can't say the name of the mouse on here, Kylie.
I know.
Oh no, you better not say my name. Oh boy.
Nightmare fuel right there. Monday nights I am at Dragons and Dreamers, which is an all-women campaign. I play with some lovely friends at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here on Twitch. We did take this last week off, or this past Monday off. I'm hoping that we're going to be back on schedule this upcoming Monday. And on Sundays at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I play at Asgard D&D Adventures with a group of friends who just lost one of our party members. So we're now trying to deal with that. If you haven't seen the TikTok, it's on Alec the Bard's page, and it's really sad. It makes me cry every time. So yeah, and so we won't be this Sunday, given that it's 4th of July for us here in the States. So we will be back on original scheduled programming, all that next Sunday. But yeah, come check us out.
Awesome. Ian, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet internet.
My name is Ian, and on the internet I go by Bearded Scald. If you don't find me on any of the usual internet places or our Discord, you can check out anything else I do at witchandheathen.com. And we're doing a drop of our new candles this Saturday, so come check it out. We have a brand new series coming out, and we're hopefully going to be announcing a ongoing series soon. So check us out there, witchandheathen.com. And it was a beautiful 50th episode with you guys. I'm happy we got to chat at the end, and I am looking forward to, as Sam said, an unlimited amount of episodes in the future.
Unlimited.
Well, you all keep showing up to play them and watch them. I'll keep showing up to do them. That's a promise. That being said, Sidney, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet internet.
Hello. My name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. I am on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And when I am not here, I'm not anywhere else. I'm just kidding. I have a YouTube channel where I read fairy tales, myths, and lore. So if you like being read to, or if you like deciphering morals from classic fairy tales or other stories, come visit me over there. We have a good time. Right now I'm reading through The Wind and the Willows, Toad's Adventures, and it's kind of like, think of your parental guardian, or whoever would read stories to you as a kid, reading a story to you before bedtime. It's kind of the feeling that I want to elicit with this book in particular. But, yeah, that's it. I do that, and I do other things, and yep, that's me.
Heck yeah. Well, first of all, these all are tremendous people, and I'm lucky that I get to share 50 episodes, 54 if you count all of Halloween, and if you count the one-shots, it's 57 times that we have rallied together to tell a story. Yeah, Ian, you look like you have a question?
Yeah, no, I just realized that compared to Michael and I, Sidney, Sam, and Kai will always have an episode up on us for the International Women's Day one-shot.
True. I don't think
I
so.
wasn't in that one.
Oh, Sam wasn't there? Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't there for that one.
But there was
Always
always,
one up.
the secret Ichi origin episode.
Right.
That was so good.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
want
glad
to
you enjoyed
brag or anything, but there's also the at the table episodes.
Oh.
We also have at the table.
Of course.
And me and PJ had an all secret meeting too, so
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So it's just me. 50
More
episodes, guys.
features.
Happy to see you here. Thank you for joining me.
Aw. Like it was at a Starbucks, okay? It wasn't that. It meant the world to me, Kylie. I'm just kidding. Anyway, my name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Come find me. Let's be friends and let's have fun. when I'm out here with these people that I adore. Clearly, you can see me and Michael doing At the Table Tuesdays, 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. We just wrapped up 4 episodes doing the deepest dive and build on sorcerers you could ask for. If you want to know how to build a sorcerer, do anything, please watch those 4. I think they're going to be on YouTube at some point. And we're going to keep doing that. Next Sunday, July 11th, Knife Hands, I am going to be doing another one-shot with Jasper's Game Day. The last one was earlier this year, and it was an absolute joy as we raised over $106,000 all weekend long for suicide awareness and prevention, and we're going to be doing it again that date. And you get to watch me play Pathfinder 2nd Edition for the first time in my life as I try to figure out how Corellian Long Rep, the Paladin Magus of Thuzamat, the Iron Dragon of Swole, takes out his giant bastard sword, aka Bicepticus, and saves the day? I don't know. We'll figure that out. But helping me figure that out will be some of the legends from the chat. There was a raffle put into place, and Reap Psyche was one of our legends that won the raffle. So you'll get to see me play with a legend from the chat, and our GM will be No Nat Ones of YouTube fame. So hopefully we'll give you more details, a link to watch it, or we'll just host it so you can watch it live. And please give and support as much as you can and watch me make an absolute ass out of myself. In the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you July. I'll see you same time, same Nat time, same Nat channel. And I can't wait. In the meantime, we're going to be rating Wes in real life. Who is a friend in real life. We're going to be doing that now. He is playing Escape from Tarkov, and please make sure to say that he has a nice haircut.
Because he just got his haircut.
Just got his haircut.
Just got his haircut.
His haircut.
It's like his
It's
natural
fun.
hair color and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, he no longer looks like Quicksilver though. Sad,
Right.
a little sad.
Oh, that's
I
true.
can't
He
wait to
doesn't.
see it. I don't know them, but I've seen
He used
them.
to have this like elven, like kind of
Like
hair,
ethereal.
like silver ethereal hair, and he cut it for charity.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The-
He's got such a heart for charity. Oh, sorry. Was that Kylie? I didn't mean to cut you
Like
off. I'm
the
so sorry.
only interaction I've had with Wes is him walking me to my tent in LARP at like 2 a.m. And I was like, I know the imps are gonna get me. I know they are.
Oh no.
And he
That's
walks
so
me to my
sweet.
tent.
It's like, if they attack us, you die first. Jump into your tent.
Shove.
Anyway, so we're gonna be rating in 3, 2,
Oh.
1.
Oh, we're already gone.
I pressed the
we're
button on
gone.
accident, but we're here.
PJ.
There you go.
I
There you go.
have no regrets.